Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. That's right. We are live on a Tuesday night. So that means, you guessed it, NXT 2.0 going live tonight. We got live reaction. We got live watch along. You never know who's going to pop in around here, but I hope everyone's having a great week. We put Tuesday Senior to bed. Now we're going to watch some wrestling tonight. It's going to be a great start. It's going to be a great show. We'll see what Triple H and company have in store for us tonight. Let's go. Hello, we are live. That's right, folks. We are live. We're always live. We're always live and, doing our thing here on the live stream. If you didn't know, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network, and we will be rolling through 2+ hours of, NXT 2.0. My show's kicking off right now. We're talking about the rounds match between Trick and Wes. But let us know out there what you're doing, how you're feeling. Don't be shy. Join the family. Let us know what's up. Well, we're getting a lot of little backstage pre-tapes of the main combatants tonight. We got Zoey Stark versus Cora Jade as well. Interesting matchup. My money's on Zoey, not to drop a spoiler early, but let me remind everybody, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and I will be rolling with you. I will not be alone for a full 2 hours, but yes, thank you for being here tonight. And we'll really quickly check on how the folks are doing. Tariq, you can wait, can't wait. You don't have to wait. It's here. Hagen, what's up? How are you? Welcome back. Gary, how are you doing tonight, buddy? Having a good night? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. Tariq, let's go. Thank you for being here again, by the way. Chris, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining the channel again tonight. Remember, folks, we're just getting started. We got NXT 2.0 tonight. Then we head into Quake by the Lake. Tomorrow night, Dynamite. We're looking forward to that. I know I've been ruffling some Young Buck fans' feathers on the internet. They're really easy to play with, so it's kind of fun. But we'll talk about that at another time. But right now, we're gonna get. Are we gonna get Lions? I think that's what's happening. But anyway, folks, we are about to get kicked off with some action. We're not wasting any time, and it is Nikkita Lyons coming to the ring. I'm excited about Bayley. First match since June 24th, 2021. Can you believe it's been that long, guys? Can you believe it's been that long? Like, she's been out since June 2021. Wow. It's crazy. So we're waiting until September. Chris, it's soon, though. We're getting there. We're getting there. I don't want to wish the summer away, but we're getting close. ODB, what is up? Welcome back to the show. Thank you for being here again tonight. Hope you are doing well. This opening was like high school drama. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of NXT in a nutshell, right? It's a bit high school, Nickelodeon. We'll see how much it veers away from that. But only time will tell. But yes, very, Saved by the Bell, but not as funny. Fighting Chance Wrestling Podcast. Howdy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for joining us here tonight. It's good to see you. Appreciate you coming out. Anthony, welcome back, bud. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Bayley tore ACL on July 9th, 2022. Wait, now I'm getting confused. First match. Okay. All right. Those dates don't match. What am I missing? Bring us Big Nick. Yeah, Big Nick. Yeah, that's a good question. Where is Big Nick? Bayley tore her ACL on July 9th, 2021. There you go. That makes a little more sense. Wait, but okay. Yeah, because she was doing it in a training exercise. So, sheesh. You just said Veer. You caught that. Welcome to the show, Michael. I'm glad you picked that one up. I noticed that as well. Is he on the show tonight? He is not on the show tonight. He's not on any show. I mean, main event, I think, sometimes. I don't know what the hell they're going to do with Veer now. Anthony, what you got for me? KJ, how would you put a hypothetical no limits cruiserweight division in WWE with the options A, B, and C gimmick that you saw in Impact? A no limits cruiserweight. I mean, I get where you're going with it, but I mean, that is kind of the X division, right? Like, yeah, that's kind of what you're going to mimic in that case. Oh, did I mention we're live, folks? And when shit happens, I hope everyone out there said bless you. But that being said, Anthony, yeah, I mean, if you're going to build a division like that, it's probably more good. You know, I think you almost kind of have to just book. You know, maybe it's your North American NXT title. You book it in that manner. Where you kind of have all bets are off, and you kind of let the style of the division dictate it without really slapping the cruiserweight title on it or anything like that. If you're going to do a cruiserweight division, which I don't think they will ever again, I think you'd have to call it that. I wouldn't be shocked if Tony came out with like a junior heavyweight champion or some shit. He loves giving out belts. Today is Alexa Bliss's birthday. Yes, it is. Miss Bliss, big birthday for her. I actually had a friend of mine rock a t-shirt because of it. By the way, in the ring, Nikkita Lyons is being pinned down. I don't like the lady that's got her down, and her name is escaping me. Kira? I don't know. I don't like her. She seems so campy and very like 1-800 phone line-ish when she talks. It's real bad. I hope there's more to her. Putting on a good fight, though. Boss Monster, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming back tonight. Hey, KJ and Nikkita whooping everyone in that tag team tournament. That's interesting. An interesting addition. Starks and Nikkita as a tag team. I don't think they're going to win it. I think they're going to lose the first round, perhaps. Interesting, though, right? Out of all the people you could choose, they're not really connected in any way, shape, or wow. Oh, wow, she missed. All right, that didn't go so well. Anyway, she went to do like a Bronco Buster flip thing, and she clearly, no, it wasn't good. It didn't turn out the way she had hoped.
Where the hell have I been?
Yeah, speaking of not turning out the way we hoped.
I was literally freaking out. I was in the nether apparently.
This man was in the fucking metaverse. Like, hello.
I was like, where the fuck? I was like, okay, he's gone completely fucking time. I was like, where the fuck is he?
I just want to point out there's been 3 F-bombs on this show.
Sorry.
All within the last 30 seconds. Nikkita Lyons with the win. Welcome back, Nick. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome. I've managed to escape the ether, apparently.
Where were you?
I thought I was in here waiting for you.
That's amazing. All right, folks. Well, Nick is here.
I clicked YouTube and saw you, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Wait a minute. I'm not on there.
Right.
I don't know, folks. You let me know in the chat. Give me a Y or an N. Is that a believable story? He was just lost in the metaverse.
Bro, I asked in the chat.
What do you mean asked in the chat? What'd you say in the chat? Oh, our other chat. I'm looking in this chat.
Yeah, no.
Multiple chats.
How would I put it in this chat? I wasn't here. But yes, Nikkita Lyons gets the win.
But then gets beat up.
Yeah. Do you think that
Apollo's hanging out with the Creeds? Get it? Apollo Creeds. That's what their tag team would be. The Apollo Creeds.
Insert a boxing gimmick somewhere and you go.
Right? We can give him some Stars and Stripes.
Oh, he's already doing, the Denzel gimmick there.
Right. Dakota Kai and Io Sky, Kai and Sky, are winning the Women's Tag Team Championship Tournament. Bold prediction. I kind of agree.
Bold but accurate.
I think so. It's a good bet. It's a good front runner for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Victor, cheers. What's up, buddy? Hope you're having a wonderful night. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, welcome back. Good to see you again. Never fear, Larry is here. Welcome, Larry. I don't know if I knew it was a Larry.
Yeah, your name does not imply Larry outside of the L.
There you go, Larry. Now we can make you truly a part of things. What's up? And giving some love to the fams. I always appreciate that, folks. But yeah, we're rolling along here. I got Roddy giving everybody shit. We're gonna get an Apollo Crews Roddy Strong match. Thrilled.
I'm here for it. I think it'll now under Papa Paul, it'll actually be a good match. It won't be 2 minutes and then both to get DQ'd.
No, I don't think so at all. So this can be interesting. The one guy in the one Creed brother just always looks like he's just always huffing and just, I don't know. He looks like just a big kid. Kind of is.
Well, there's one that always has like a smushed face.
Yeah.
Like he looks like the bully's buddy
for Christmas. It's going to be that kind of night, folks. All right. So 6 3-minute rounds, 20-second break between each round. Falls can be pinfall, submission, or count. Once a fall occurs, the round ends. First superstar to win 2 falls will be declared the winner. In the event of a disqualification or knockout, you win. That is the rounds match we're getting tonight between Trick and Wes Lee.
So they're doing it almost like Impact had a title like that. I almost want to say it was like the
Grand Prix. They got boxing gloves. It's Fight for All.
Oh, they're doing Brawl for All?
Brawl for All.
They're actually doing like boxing?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
But they can win by pinfall and shit. It's not just punching.
I'd like to see someone go for a suplex in boxing gloves, try and get
it could be interesting.
A crossface.
That's better. I can hear you better now. Turn up my volume. I like when Kiana, I was close. I said Kiana James girl reminds me of like Victoria. It's too gimmicky, but also she kind of reminds me of a porn star. Ding and ding. Not bad. Yeah, I mean, she just, again, because everything's so heavily scripted, Nick, we've talked about it, that some of these wrestlers might actually start appealing to us more coming off the script.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's a natural thing is now you're going to actually, this is truly sink or swim time because now you don't have the safety net of a script to try and rely on.
Right.
Well, I'm not bad. The material they gave me is bad. Well, now if they're not giving you material, now you're just bad.
Yeah. I mean, some people will sink or will require more support than others. And depending on who that is, it won't be a possible, it won't be a problem. Right. I mean, a guy like Braun Breaker, you're going to work with, like he's going to need some time. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm really curious to see, how the wrestlers evolve, how the feel of everything is.
Oh yeah. Well, I think especially now you're going to see who's had experience before, who's going to, like you said, we're saying who's going to really shine through.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, the cream will rise and we'll see how everything plays out. And we got, still a lot of storylines, still a lot of mystery. People are still playing the guessing game about who comes back. Do you know who might be able to come back at some point and possibly spark his little career a little bit? Is our buddy Andrade. The last time he was relevant was under Triple H.
Well, I've seen a lot of people today going at, our buddy Miro Rusev.
Well, yeah.
And where the hell have you been on TV? It seems like you had it a lot better over in WWE.
Yeah, right. I saw the stories. So everyone freaked out because he liked it. Okay.
I mean, we don't know how long he's under contract. He's been there for quite a bit.
Actually has, yeah. I want to see the Creed brothers work with the Alpha Academy. Gable needs to go down to NXT and coach them. They could add him.
Well, I think what you want with that is what the Diamond Mine was supposed to be, which is just a group of badass, actual technical wrestlers.
That's not bad though. Like if you call them up,
not bad. But that thing is like they had it with the Diamond Mine, and then they just fudged it all up.
Well, I mean, my theory was, and might have changed now. And it's funny because I watched an old NXT earlier, and Roddy was fighting McIntyre, like they were, yeah, Roddy was fighting McIntyre heading towards, another guy that I'd like to see get refurbished and put back together. Our buddy Bobby Roode. Can we get Glorious Bobby?
Yeah, he needs to actually be somewhere on TV, seeing how Zigglypuff's on TV. Last I knew, he was doing house show dark matches, trying to build up Veer.
No, I think they fucking give him his Glorious gimmick back. He was good. He was such a good heel.
There was the whole speculation or kind of the rumor floating around for a little bit of them trying to bring in James Storm and do a beer money kind of last hurrah. But I think
I would rather have the Glorious. I'd rather have Glorious Bobby Roode than beer money.
I would rather just have James Storm than Bobby Roode if we're going to go that far.
Oh man, I think Bobby Roode's far surpassed James Storm at this point. I think Roode aged better.
Physically,
right? Like physically, I think Storm kind of tapered off.
Well, when your whole gimmick's drinking beers and slinging them back, it's going to do a little bit extra wear and tear to your body.
It's true. Hi, Side. Good to see you, buddy. Nice to have you here. Sorry for picking fights on your post, but I'm just playing, kind of.
It's just a debate.
It's just the way it is. It's friendly debate. I love it. Brutus Creed versus Tree Trunk. Creed wins.
I think that's Tree Trunk.
Well, an actual tree trunk.
I was thinking Omos all of a sudden. I'm like,
Otis. Maybe
Omos would probably squash him, to be honest.
Omos.
Well, that's why I was thinking it was Omos when you said Tree Trunk, because the man moves like Groot.
We got Lash Legend. By the way, Chase U, it's like a bad version of Old School, where it's like the one really old guy that's still hanging around college, even though he doesn't really go there. It's like a corny Van Wilder.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, you remember when they had like the first Van Wilder movie, and then there was like 10 more that came out that went straight to the DVD bin.
Right.
That's Chase U right there. Is the bargain bin,
Yeah.
Van Wilder.
All right, here comes Trick in his robe and boxing gloves. Carmelo Hayes escorting him out. Now, here's a guy, I believe Carmelo Hayes, in the next little while, watching his little run here, has great potential to be moved up.
Oh, absolutely.
That's my thought.
That's the thing is right now, I guess, let me know in the chat, people, who you think is going to be the first one called up from NXT 2.0 to Papa Paul's main roster. Because I think Carmelo's not a bad shout. I don't think Solo's a bad shout.
Solo, they can
Nikita's, I don't think she's a bad shout. I don't know if they give her the NXT title and they just might start pushing her towards the big one.
No, but I could maybe see her and Starks having a bit of a go. So I don't necessarily
babyface though.
Well, that things change, man. She can one swift kick or
I know. I'm
and it's over
with the current landscape,
right? So, but I understand. But I was just thinking long term. But
I know I get it. I'm right now just amazed that we're actually getting basically the brawl for all in NXT.
Yeah, I'm really fucking confused that this is happening.
I like Trick's whole, outfit and everything. His whole gear. He actually looks like a legit boxer somewhat.
Do you remember the game Ready to Rumble?
Yes.
Wes Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, he looks very much a bit like one of those characters from like Tyson's Punch Out and all
right.
That.
Wesley, the definitely gave me Ready to Rumble vibes. Big Bob, that's right. Roman better fall and pray and pray and fall and fall and pray and pray. It would be interesting. That's why I really think we're going to get a three-way, because nobody but McIntyre can really take a W.
Nope.
No, sorry. What?
I think I know you've disagreed on this and you've halfway convinced me at times. I still think I know you're gonna watch right now. I think you wait on Cross.
You think you wait on Cross, but then again, where you risk. I don't like the idea of he comes
You
up.
still keep him in the background, but you don't put him in the match.
Okay, I just feel like it's a long stretch. So I think you get him involved immediately.
To me, I guess I'm still looking at it as you don't want to burn out that whole thing too quick. Like the antithesis of what you were saying of you want to capitalize it on as fast as possible.
Hit the
I don't
iron
want
when
to
it's
burn it out
hot,
too
bro.
quick. What's that?
Hit the iron while it's hot.
Yeah, but then you still have that long end to get towards WrestleMania,
right?
So that's you got to worry about the backfill.
Yeah, but I mean, there's other options as you come out of it, right? So I mean, it doesn't have to stretch out all the way to WrestleMania. I don't know.
Oh, I'm not saying
why you've come to that feasible conclusion.
No, I'm saying you have Drew versus Roman through Clash, and then after that you say have Cross versus Roman till say Survivor Series.
Oh, yeah. 1 second. For those who are just tuning in, Wes Lee and Trick Williams are punching the shit out of each other.
We're getting a boxing match during NXT 2.0.
But with weird takedowns because they can't use
I haven't seen that yet. And most of those so far I've gotten is Wes with some good body shots. I almost feel like I should do like actual fight commentary on this, but
right? We got
Trick's very much doing the rope-a-dope.
Oh, body shot. He's wearing them out. Oh, returned. Those are some lame-ass looking punches, though. Oh, that knee didn't look lame. You just got to the trip now?
Yeah. Just let it rock. Let it rock. Don't even worry about it.
I'm gonna give it a few Mississippis. And then at least we're closer. I can't be that far ahead of you. No fuck. I'll be in bed before you finish the stream.
I was already late, damn it. So
right, you are delayed.
I know, that's the first time ever.
I was just like, I guess I'll go it alone. All right, maybe
No, I legit just might as well talk about it over this thing. But I legit had all of this, everything, was sitting there, was giving it almost to like 10 minutes past because I was still trying to find a stream and everything. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go live. But no one's saying anything. Fuck it, I'll just go live. Fuck it. And then I go to I refresh YouTube to find us just to see if it was actually still live, anything. And I see 22 or so people viewing. Like, what the fuck? Like, and then click, and there's you. I'm like, what happened here?
That's the funniest shit. All right, we got 5 seconds left in the first round. A flurry by Wes. Williams is down. Saved by the bell in round 1. Brawl for all. Woo. Crazy shit. Oh, wait, gloves are off. Wait, why are the gloves off? Is round 2 just do whatever you want?
Well, like I said, that I almost think it's a little bit like what Impact had. They had like a Grand Prix belt or something like that, to where like Moose and I think EC3.
Oh, that's right.
That held it to where like each kind of round was a different thing. It was a rounded out fight.
Test. Right.
This is a test.
This is just a test. All right, where are we? We need Glorious. I got that one. Isn't the Boogeyman already signed? The Roman show needs to end. Wow.
No. Like I said, give it time.
That's a tough sell.
Actual people are built up around there, and you won't even notice that Roman isn't there.
Yes. But yeah, again, I think he still has to have some kind of presence.
Oh,
but at the same time, that's aggressive.
Well, it's one of those of still who name a list of people right now that are professional wrestlers doing it better than Roman Reigns.
No, he's
the total package.
Yeah, I mean, and people are going to go, oh, but he can't wrestle. No, as the full package, and he it's not that he can't wrestle. He's limited to what he does.
He doesn't put on. He doesn't do Ushigoroshis. He doesn't do Tope Suicidas.
Who the fuck are you, Excalibur?
Yeah, he doesn't do all of that.
Ushigoroshis.
But he still puts on a hell of a match for his style.
Yeah, he's come a long way in that department, right? And I mean, he can progress. But yes, I've always been a proponent of the fact of like one championship, and that guy doesn't fight on regular TV. And when he does, it's a special thing. He's not in a weird tag matches. He's not getting rolled up by anybody. He's a fucking commodity, right? Like Hogan wasn't fighting on superstars every week, that kind of idea.
Well, that's the thing is Hogan may have been the guy that would run out every now and then and help the good guy, but he wasn't having a match every week.
Right. James looked pretty old at Flair's last match.
Oh, James Storm?
Yeah. No, you did.
Well, like I said, he's a bit weathered, and like I said, especially when your whole gimmicks, you're the beer drinking cowboy. That's going to add some extra wear and tear on your body.
I feel like we saw him on a GCW show, or
I wouldn't be surprised. Probably NWA. He's been in NWA.
Yeah, NWA, but he looking, like I said, I think Bobby Roode stayed the course a little better than James E-Boy.
Oh, I'm not fully knocking Bobby Roode. I've had a special place in my heart for
no, not at all. And I'm not. I like James Storm. I think Bobby held up a little better.
Oh well, yeah. WWE versus Indies and TNA.
Right.
So
your own devices, right?
Exactly.
Nick, same question I asked KJ earlier about how would you book a cruiserweight division in WWE that was similar to the No Limits X division in Impact? Now that I read that twice, did you want me to specifically talk about how? But like that goes too.
Here's the thing: I wouldn't, because if you're going to make it a cruiserweight but no limits, then it's not a cruiserweight. Then that's basically the same as your Intercontinental, your US title. And especially when you get into the high flying,
right?
Sorry, go ahead.
I think he's just talking to more of the cruiserweight style.
Oh, I get that style and everything, but you could still have that. Yeah. Like, that's the thing is the Intercontinental title used to always be the workhorse title, and the US belt used to be the uber patriotic / you're kind of the second biggest babyface, in the company kind of title. It's when you get into limiting stuff by weight classes and by super restricting stuff and putting all these extra stipulations, you already are watering down something that's supposed to just be to everybody.
Right. No, I agree with that. We need Rude title run in NXT then. I don't know about NXT, but I mean, I think I'd be perfectly happy if he held one of the mid-card belts.
Dolph got one, so why not Bobby?
True. Ding. And at least the last time he was in NXT, they gave him half a glorious entrance.
Yeah, but I'm still wondering what happened with the Dirty Dogs.
Man, I got a brother
kind of fell apart.
Right? No,
they like Axel.
Right? They just disbanded quietly. Oh, the gloves are back on. Wait, one glove. Oh, he's got a loaded glove. Ding, ding, ding.
Fun fact. Actually, they're in one of the first UFCs. I think it was actually the first one, because they had fighters from different styles. The boxer that they had literally fought in one boxing glove.
Right. So trick, but it's loaded apparently. If I'm catching what they're selling.
So he's got the brass knucks, or he's got the hard plaster in there.
High side, you wouldn't believe it. But Trick Williams is fighting Wes Lee in a boxing rounds match. This is
anything but a professional wrestling match.
And it's, oh shit, he took that Irish whip hard as hell though. Woo! Not the best. This has kind of been boring.
Well, we've talked quite a bit through it.
Right?
That's not just
I got it. It took me a second. Look, I was right, Otis. There you go. There we go. Jason, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. KJ and Nick, can you explain the new matches that HBK will be debuting tonight? The new rounds match are debuting in NXT tonight. Great idea by HBK. So far, not so good.
Yeah, no, not a good idea at all, honestly. It like I said, it's in anything but a professional wrestling match. Why on earth you would... Oops, Jesus, sorry.
Why on earth
where you would want anyone, why you would want to have this going on when it's supposed to be a professional wrestling company? We'll have them box, we'll have them do literally anything but what they're supposed to be doing. It makes no sense to me. It's again, It's like what you said. Well, it's like what we've talked about before with the fall brawl, to where, oh goddamn.
Now the Oh, the fall brawl or the brawl for all?
Brawl for all. Sorry, right as
The
I said
problem with that was that shit
Wes
was
got
like legit
knocked the
real.
fuck out. What's that?
The problem with that whole thing was that was like the guys were legit going, and they had no.
Well, that's the thing is you have a shoot thing on your show, so that's real. So then everything else isn't.
That sucked.
But then wait a minute. So, but you're trying to get everybody to tune in to watch the quote unquote the stuff that isn't real, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
So it just it gets too you muddy the water too much.
I agree. Can we explain it? There's a 6-round match, 2-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds? 2-minute rounds, I believe. 20-second break in between. You can knock your opponent out, submit them, or I don't know, pin them. Yeah, pin would be the other option.
Yeah.
Fuck. The first round had boxing gloves. The second round didn't. The third round didn't.
Yeah, I'm right now in
tied 1-1 in the 5th round.
Yeah, I just got a pin.
Fact checkers, let me know what I missed on that. I don't understand how why they took the gloves off. Was there a stipulation each round because we weren't paying attention?
But that's the thing is you're putting a hat on a hat. You're putting a gimmick on a gimmick.
On a gimmick on a gimmick on a gimmick.
Exactly.
It's awesome. Resident Evil, good to see you. Happy birthday to Miss Bliss. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for being here. Jamie, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us tonight. Since we got returns on Raw and SmackDown, what about NXT? I think at some point we are going to see additions to NXT.
Who would you want to see come back, but they go back to NXT? And that's to everybody in the chat that's watching along as well. Who would you want to see that comes back, that's been released, that doesn't go to the main roster? They go strictly to NXT.
Do you know, wait, just on a bit of a caveat on that question. No, I would really like to see Pete Dunne get an NXT champion run. Like come down and upset because he's a maniac.
I thought for the longest time, towards the end of his whole NXT run, we were going to get that.
Yeah,
that's one of those missed opportunities. And unfortunately, I feel like that time's kind of passed unless he gets, rid of his Vince-itis and goes back to Pete Dunne instead of Butch.
Oh, wow. He just punched him with the boxing glove, but he couldn't get his hand back in it. So he just hit him with an empty boxing glove for the win.
What?
I swear to God, he couldn't get his hand in. So he just whapped him with an empty boxing glove for the W.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if this is HBK's little brainchild. I hope he's got some better ones cooking.
Yeah, this was a dud there.
I mean, I don't know what to say.
Popcorn fart.
I mean, in the ending sucked.
Oh yeah,
Chase Hughes here.
That was about it. That looked about as effective as a soft bopper.
Do you know? And maybe I'm cheating again on my answer, but back to your question, who I would love to see come into NXT and really take control, if not straight to the main roster, but Ilya Dragunov.
He's still with the company. He's just injured.
He's injured, but I'd like him to come over here. I don't want him to stay over there.
Okay.
I want him to
halfway cheating. You're halfway cheating.
But he's still with the company. But man, that fucking promo he cut to say goodbye, like man, the dude was crying. I almost made me cry. It was fucking impressed by Mr. Ilya.
Who I think could come back, or two people actually that I just thought of, and not go to the main roster. They'd have to obviously let NXT get actually some edge to it. Would be Oni Lorcan or Biff Busick or Timothy Thatcher.
Oh, see, I think Timothy never really got over with me. I never felt like they used him enough that I got really into him.
I feel like he's a guy that Hunter would be able to use actually well because he's very much that technical guy. Again, it's a bit like with Oni.
What the fuck is this?
I told you, discount, Van Wilder.
It's so bad. What was that after school like sketch? Like it was like a kids fucking sketch comedy show that was on like fucking Nickelodeon or some I don't know, but it's that shit. Acknowledge me, yawn. All right. Always a ball of fun, boss monster. Thank you for coming. I see Mandy coming back up after her title run is over. I do. Oh, know who I think would be a nice fit in NXT, and they could kind of use a bit of muscle. Again, I kind of brought him up the other day. Our buddy Jonah. Like I think that, and ignore what he's doing elsewhere. That's not the question.
I get what you're saying, but I would put him with Roman.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Right. I still feel like if we're gonna keep padding out the bloodline and make it almost like this NWO type deal, I could see Jonah being a heavy in the bloodline.
Ah, yes. Larry with the save.
I don't remember that show.
All that. Do you remember fucking all that?
Oh, I remember. This is
right.
Who loves orange?
Oh, Mia Yim loves orange. Tito, welcome to the show. Good answers, by the way, Larry and ODB.
Mia Yim ain't ever going back there. I think she's much happier, much more suited for Impact.
I think again that for me is probably the best move. Where big, slightly bigger fish, small pond, opposed to right. It's the same thing we talked about. Who are we talking about? We were talking about someone earlier, and same idea. Like Lyons. I feel like if you push Lyons too soon, she'll just get swallowed up by all that talent around her.
That is true. Right? I think right now you're in a hailstorm of that with Bailey, with Control, Kai and Sky, and Bailey.
Right. She ends up in a tag team with Dewdrop and Nikki,
almost a wrestler. Faction.
Right? No, I think she needs to spend some time down here. Let her have that, some type of meaningful rivalry. Go after a belt.
Very much like I don't think she would be bad as a heel if she's bad as like she's done the whole kind of lioness type gimmick before on the indies. So if she did something like that as like the heel champ in NXT, I think that would work well.
Tito popping in some good suggestions as well there, Nick. Death Row,
record label.
Yeah, right. Hit Row, bring them all back.
No, that's Death Row. You're talking about Hit Row. He said Death Row. That's two different things.
Yo, Tess wants to know if you're drinking a Slurpee.
Not quite. An adult Slurpee. I'll leave it at that.
There you go. That sounds terrible, by the way. Pause. End of June, beginning July, Larry. What are we saying? Under Vince, I heard somewhere he signed a contract. End of June.
Oh, he keeps going on about the damn Boogeyman. No, the Boogeyman's like damn near 50 years old. He was like 40 something.
Yeah, right. He was 46 when he tried to. Yeah, right.
He got kicked off that show because he lied about his damn age.
Yo, that's his success.
Now you're like, oh, he's trying. Like, what? You want to watch him eat worms? Cool.
No, that's a listen. That's a fucking life lesson. That no matter what, go for it. And fucking, but
you're never too old to accomplish your dreams of eating worms. It's not even that.
He was ballsy enough to lie, which got him in the door.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you got to give the man some credit.
So, you know what? When there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, he's one. I give him credit. Absolutely. One of those of shoot your shot, right. Take the opportunity presented in front of you. But still, I don't think the Boogeyman could ever offer anything to he's never going to get any sort of a push. He's nothing but a comedy.
No. He was a gimmick. Like he's fringe.
Right, but I just don't know why our buddy, your buddy there, Larry's so jazzed up about apparently the Boogeyman.
Some people love the Boogeyman. He's coming to get you. Okay, I'm so
the Boogeyman.
A trick of melibration.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. All right. Now I think I'm back where I was. Orton was the first to call Otis a tree trunk. There you go. Did not know that.
I'll take your word for it.
Is this like Trick's first actual competition match? No, Trick's had a couple matches.
He's had like one or two before, I think.
He had a squash match, and I think I recall seeing him on Level Up, perhaps.
Well, if you're on Level Up, does it really count?
No. The true show is over too. Triple H shot at McMahon, though, unless you make Cross win the Rumble. Oh, shit. The number one, really? This is
What?
Hey, that was crazy.
I don't know. Would you like to fill the people in, or would you just like to keep that one for yourself?
Well, what it was, I got caught up. There was like lightning and shit, and I thought Axiom was coming out. And next thing you know, fucking Giovanni Vici is standing behind him. Didn't even walk out. It was just appeared in the ring like he's the fucking Undertaker.
The Milan Undertaker.
Oh my god. The Drew show is over too. I read this one. I don't really get the thought there of Triple H shot at McMahon though, unless you make Cross win the Rumble. I'm trying to connect those dots.
I'm just missing. I'm cutting out that middle part because that part doesn't make sense to me. Cross, I don't think Cross could win the Rumble, depending on if Cody's back or not. He's not a bad shout. I think he would have good odds to win the Rumble when it comes to betting odds. But yeah, I think Drew after Clash is going to take a little bit of a step back. You might see him go for like the Intercontinental title or being not the main title feud. He might have a feud going on, but he's not going to be going after the belt for a bit. I think he's I
get that impression as well. I really do.
Yeah, they've tried to really push that since like 2020, and then they felt that he got robbed because he didn't get the crowd reaction. And then he did get the crowd reaction, and people were cheering for Bobby instead of him.
Right.
And it's just that moment has passed, and they keep trying to make it work.
Right. Boss Monster wants new blood now. We just need new blood. There we go. Yep. Okay. There's some agreements on this new blood. Dale always filling us in on the facts. Appreciate it. The Final Four in the Rumble. Cross, Cody, Drew, and whoever, unless Rock literally comes into the Rumble. I don't think the Rock's touching the Rumble.
No, I don't think the Rock touches a match until Mania, honestly.
I'd be pissed.
I think he just comes out and cuts promos. I mean, would you really be more? What are you more jazzed for now to see with The Rock? A match that's probably not going to be even a 3-star match, or him to cut a 11-star promo?
Question. Mm-hmm. So this arrogant ass Vinny Vici guy is now a baby face? Keska what?
Yeah, Keska say.
Right, Keska what?
I don't get how you can have someone that's supposed to be basically a maximum male model as a baby face. Yes, I relate to the guy who's a douchebag and freeze frames for a picture every 2 seconds. I relate to that so much.
Right. Jamie, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. Did you hear that they might take one of the titles off Roman so Raw can have a champion? I have heard that, and I do believe that's feasible. I do believe that if I was running the USA Network and I was taking a look at what's going on, I'd be like, wait a minute, we need something over here. Like, or is that guy going to show up once in a while? I mean, again, why is he always over on Fridays? That's not cool. So, yeah, truthfully.
I think I kind of, and CJ might back me up on this. I feel like it's going to end up being to where when they do the draft that's supposedly coming up, like end of August, September, that they kind of force a belt off of Roman.
Okay.
Otherwise you get that super logjam, because then you get that issue of how does Roman lose a belt and still not look worse off come out of it?
Yeah, it's hard to give up one belt by an L, right? Like if he gets pinned by somebody and they're like, well, you can have one of these, you're like, fuck that shit, I won. Give me both. Exactly. He got both. Why can't I have both?
Right.
Fucking, Happy Gilmore. Give me one of the big checks.
A little bit.
What's that?
I said they booked themselves into a corner a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're trying to get out of the corner that someone else kind of put them in. So, I'm not opposed to one champion with both belts. It's how you utilize them. And he's got to stay relevant amongst both shows. He really does.
But I feel like, though, that's where you, like I said, that's where you walk that super thin line of how do you still make him feel special and still have him be relevant on both shows. That's the tiptoeing line that we've both kind of
because because no matter what, unless it's like month to month kind of idea. I don't know. That's a tricky logistic, right? Because again, if he's floating among shows, then technically his contender should be too, right? Like to keep it relevant, right? Like
unless like he defends just the WWE title on Raw and just the Universal title on SmackDown.
Then it's almost punishment for being a double champion, which sounds
exactly.
So we've just talked our way back out of that one, folks. So
right.
That's why that's not happening. I pray, Jamie. There we go. Now it's mini Iron Man match. Omos is back. Roman didn't mean schnot.
What?
Omos is back. Roman didn't mean snot.
I'm going to just give you a thumbs up and move along.
Right? What? Yeah, I agree. What? Roman does a taker dive, though.
Yeah, so does a lot of people. And Roman's very much like kind of, I feel, I don't want to keep going on this whole Roman diatribe, but he's very much, even before he was the tribal chief and all of that, it was already talked about and already pretty much a known thing that he was the next person to kind of take over that locker room leader role like Taker had.
Well, yeah, I mean, and for obvious reasons. It's just
right.
Listen, I think Roman could give us a better match. You put him in with a Seth, and Seth says, all right, buddy, we're going to do 25 minutes, and we're going to show everybody.
He works to the level of his opponent.
And he also works to the level of his booking. No, you're the champion, and my champions from Hulk Hogan all the way till now, I like them when they only do 5 or 6 moves. That's all the fans.
5 moves of doom.
Right? You know, even the other guy. You got the couple punches. You got a fucking big boot. You got a leg drop. We're good to go. Let's get out of here, right? Like, it's very simplistic.
Well, I still find it funny to where like Cena made it a whole thing to where he like learned a 6 move. It was, this ancient secret from China, and it was just like a punch.
Mm-hmm. Roman has a Brock schedule now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but how now the USA Network is getting pissed off, and you can understand why they would be. And I understand it, and I agree. It's not totally a bad thing under the circumstance, but USA Network has every right to be kind of, wait a minute.
Yeah, but I also feel like there's a strong possibility that we see WWE just go to one network.
That's also a possibility. But what I'd like to see is like, okay, USA Network, we're going to give you the belt, but you're going to take an hour off our show.
Oh, I don't think that. Well, yeah, I could see that a little bit, but I feel like ultimately they just move straight to Fox. I think that USA, granted, that's the thing is they have that long tie to USA, but that's also what USA.
Yeah, but would Fox not be an issue
when it comes to contract negotiations?
Right, but would they not run into the issue with like Monday Night Football and shit with Fox? Am I wrong about that?
Fox doesn't have the rights to Monday Night Football. ESPN does. ESPN, ABC, Disney. That's the thing is that's part of why I think that Fox would want that, because they would use that like Monday Night Football. They would actually amp that shit up, and because Fox is known for being a sports network, it adds an extra bit of validity and credibility.
Right. All right. No, I like it. I mean, if it's going to make the fucking product better, let's
Papa
do it.
Paul, my phone's right there. You can call me anytime.
Right. Please, Papa Paul. Dear Papa
sign me a contract. I'll start working on the logo for you.
Yep, it's getting stale. Acknowledge me. Right? My ears bleed when I hear that test. All right. Acknowledge me equals bloody ears. In case anyone was following along, LOL. We're back in commercial, folks, by the way, and I will remind everybody we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. That's Big Nick. I'm KJ, and we are rolling through NXT. It's flying by. We're almost through the first hour. Not the best of shows. We've been doing a lot of gabbing, so there's not a lot of compelling shit taking our attention off.
Yeah, when you have a boxing match midway through, it's not a good sign.
The 6-round boxing match was a bad choice. Yeah, no, we're moving along. Don't forget, Quake by the Lake tomorrow. Jericho versus Moxley. We'll see what that entails. A coffin match. We got the ladies in action. There's a lot going on.
That's the one match that I'm really looking forward to there is the coffin match between Brody and Darby.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting. And
I don't need to see Jericho.
I'm so worried for Darby.
Oh, that man's going to just get absolutely annihilated through a coffin. Like, that's how it's going to end. And it's probably going to be like one of those wooden ones like Taker used to have.
Yeah. It's possible. Look how Bianca Belair came into the WWE. All right, reference point.
I was going to say, is there a point to this, or is that just a statement?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we're making the Roman comparable, like that super push, regardless, yeah, I get it. There's times where we feel like, oh, fuck, Bianca again.
But no, that's more of just how she's been booked. Like, she's still super athletic. Like, she delivers in and out of the ring. It's literally just you get annoyed with her no matter whether someone, pissed in her cornflakes, punched her in the face. She just won the belt. She's still smiling, skipping, twirling her hair.
The Rock's daughter.
No up or down.
The Rock's daughter's fighting the Chase U girl. I hate Chase U. Just putting that out there. It's dumb as shit. It's dumb as shit. Can't get behind it. And this young lady might be a decent wrestler, but she acts like a complete idiot, so it's hard to get behind. Boogeyman. Wait, he's coming back? No, he's not coming back. Look at this.
No. Enough with the Boogeyman.
There was a rumor he wanted to come back. Well, I'm sure he'd take a paycheck.
Well, I was going to say, I think you've put this before. If, it's a little bit, like with Burger King wanting to work with McDonald's. So if, no shit, someone that's not working wants to work with someone who is working.
There's a few places I'd like to work. Doesn't mean they know it.
Or they're hiring me.
Or they're looking at me.
Right.
Under Vince, I heard somewhere he saw. No, we read that. Boogeyman signing. I got back to the Boogeyman shit. What the fuck?
Why? We're just gonna pick a spot and just start there.
Well and done. I like it. See what he did there? I like it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind heavy machinery in WWE again. Ooh, this came up before, but I don't see it happening now.
You'd have to bring back Tucker.
Tucker was a big fella. I don't know what their thought was behind splitting them up. It wasn't like you were gonna fucking hotshot Otis, but then you kind of sort of did.
You gave him the Money in the Bank briefcase. I think it was Vince liked all the stuff that he was doing with Mandy Rose because he made goofy noises. He was basically Chris Farley. And then they realized, oh shit, he has a tag team partner we have to get rid of. Let's make him do the heel turn. And then have no one to go with anything afterwards. Like you've said before, that's your one job is to have something written down, something creative for you to do afterwards. And you can't do that. So then it's not I suck, it's you suck at your job.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's like, oh fuck, guys. Okay, so heavy machinery broke up. What are we doing with Tucker? Oh, we didn't think about that. What do you mean? Well,
Tucker, who's Tucker?
We were planning the breakup. We didn't know we had to. I don't know what to do with him. Do you know what to do with him? Shit, send him home. I don't fucking know. Nick, we need a release. Half the budget cuts were just it's because the writers were like, we don't have anything to do with them. They can go home. We don't know what to do.
Right. Well, we can't afford this catering bill anymore.
Happy B-Day to Miss Bliss. Happy B-Day to Miss Bliss. I'm not doing it. Well and done. I like it. Commercial break today. Yes, we're getting some commercial breaks. Hassan, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Yo, I feel like we're going through these quick and they're just feeding. So keep it coming, folks.
Absolutely.
KJ, Nick, it was said Boogeyman signed a contract. Oh my God. Boogity.
You're sitting
Where's Boogity?
You're working your way to a seat on the bench there. If I hear the Boogeyman one more time.
One more Boogeyman comment, sir. You're going to the bench. Walter needs to go back to Walter. I don't know if he will. But I'd like to see him and Ilya in WWE go ham. Round 3, fight. Maybe he goes back to Pete Dunne. He has to go back to Pete Dunne. He's not going to be put.
Get rid of the Vince. Give him Vince Nisha, and then he just goes back to being Pete Dunne.
Right.
He forgot all the terrible booking that he had before.
Mm-hmm. I think it would be kind of funny if they referred to him as Butch every once in a while. Relax there, Butch.
Hey, Butchie boy.
Death Row.
You went way the back up.
Right. Well, Ilya versus Roman.
No.
Yeah. Why not? Well, not right now, but I mean, one day.
Not anytime.
I mean, the guy's in a cast. I mean,
it's even then. It's those styles don't work. Ilya can put on great matches, but it's a bit like if Roman and even when Roman and Bryan had matches they both can have great matches, but those styles together don't make a great match.
Cruz is looking jacked. Not that he wasn't before. Oh, look, we're going into his eyeball. Oh, this is weird. Don't do this.
Equalizer.
So he's showing us the future with everyone laying on the ground.
Like I said, it's the Equalizer. They did a poor man's version of Van Wilder with Chase U. Now they're doing a poor man's version of the Equalizer.
That's
accurate.
That's interesting. We're back into a commercial, folks.
Jesus.
I will remind everyone once again, we are here all week long. Tomorrow night, Quake at the Lake. Thursday, the podcast. Friday, we're doing triple header Friday because we got Impact, Emergence in the Monks, Rampage, and SmackDown. So triple header Friday, 3 shows, 1 stream, going to be a blast. Saturday, we're coming back for a crazy double header Saturday. We know the Saturday streams are crazy and fun. All the streams are fun, but Saturday is always a little special. 2 pay-per-views, one from XPW, one from GCW. So you know we're going to get insane shit. If you guys aren't watching
Hardcore Saturday.
Yeah, that's it. Hardcore Saturday. Tune in to at least watch us react to it because that's going to be fun unto itself. Feeling good on a Saturday night. Trying to keep our shit together with all the nonsense that we're about to watch.
With blood, guts, and gore.
Blood, guts, and gore. But yeah, so that being said, thank you for being here, and we're rolling along. Don't forget to tell everybody you know about us. If they're a wrestling fan, if you're on a wrestling board, let people know what we're up to. It's the best place you can get your wrestling content and have fun hanging out. Or you can just do that television if you're old like me. All that is the kids sketch show, maybe. All that. Okay, there you go. Or you can't do that on the television. Oh, there you go. Oh, you can't do that. Okay, I got it.
There you go.
You remember you can't do that? Fuck, I haven't heard that. Yeah. Wow. You're taking me back. All right, Test. Thank you, sir. What's up? Tito, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. For all the new folks, thank you for joining in. Wow, I'm way behind. Oh, no. There we go. I agree. We can get through some of these kind of fast. I can teach that. I don't have to click on all these.
No.
I want to see Raven in AEW. I think we're past that. Hit Row makes more sense than Death Row. Thank you, Highside. Yeah. AEW and Impact. All right. Mercedes was my favorite before they ruined her on the main roster. I mean, they didn't do anything with her. I mean, yeah, but she was smart enough to get the hell out.
Yeah.
Hit Row versus Death Row. There we go. From Boston. Boss Monsters from Boston. That makes sense. He's in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, still expletive Boston. I'm a New York Yankees fan, so.
Oh, he even took the time to say explicit.
Expletive. Yes. I censored myself. I did a big boy thing.
Right. That's impressive. KJ, thank you. My pleasure, Larry. Rudolph, welcome. Rudolph, son of a bitch.
Oh,
Randolph.
I was about to make a red-nosed reindeer joke until you corrected yourself.
My bad, buddy. Welcome. We're getting out of the commercial, and glad you enjoy NXT 2.0. I'll get it out. It's been an okay show. We've lost the plot a little, but
you had to have one though to lose it.
That's true. That's what I meant by a match that wasn't a squash, and honestly, yeah, it was.
I'm forgetting where that came from now. To be honest.
Hit Row. No, does he actually want a Death Row Hit Row match? Is that what he's asking for?
I don't know what I said.
Right. Well, I mean, we've seen Snoop come off the top. Be careful. Solo destroying Von Wagner. Be happy Sean is making NXT the best. I don't know yet. I'm not sold.
Yeah, to be determined.
All right. Along with Triple H. Well, we're really hopeful that's where we're going with this one.
Well, that's the thing. Is Hunter's fingerprints need to be on everything.
Right. Oh, a little bit. Gucci Man, Vinci is here, right? New blood again. I don't know what's up with that. Cody's supposed to win the Rumble. I think so, Larry. I do. That's my early prediction.
You just became KJ's best friend.
Yeah, I mean, I listen. You knew how I felt about the whole Cody thing.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's funny. It's just to me it writes itself. Now maybe it writes itself is why it doesn't happen, but he just gets close. I don't know. Time will tell. That's January, folks. Jesus Christ. I like seeing the up and coming wrestlers. Yeah, no, I really do that as well. It's been cool to watch them progress, other than the ones that they've destroyed.
well, yeah, that's the thing is you see that. Well, when it was Black and Gold, you'd see them actually progress, and then Vince would get his hands on them, and it just
Yeah,
be
like what happened? Because he didn't always fuck up the gimmick, right? Like, so what did he just wake up one day and lost it? Like, what happened that all of a sudden he decided fuck him?
senility, my dear friend. That's what it was. Senility.
Senility.
Finally, just went out to pasture.
Here we go. Yeah, it's crazy to me.
Well, now you're still well. Even today, we got the lovely news that now there's even more controversy. Well, more Vince's tab is still racking up, even though he's been let go of his duties.
Yeah. What?
To where they added another $5 million.
Yes. I lost you there for a second. Yes, more money. But if they keep digging, they're going to keep finding. I'm telling you.
Digging, they're going to find the freaking what was the goddamn it? The Holy Grail.
What?
I said if they keep digging at this point, I think they're going to find the Holy Grail. They're going to.
Oh, they're not going to.
This is like Indianapolis Jones. They just keep finding more and more stuff.
5 million. So what are we at now? What are we up to?
19.5, but that's also 5 million over, I think, another 2 payments. Or 2.
He's on a payment plan. Yo, this man got vagina on layaway.
Layaway pussy.
Oh, I was trying to avoid that.
All right. You set me up and I couldn't help it.
Right. Bring back Enzo.
I think that would then be 7 different people that he's made hush money payments to, which is disturbing.
It's only the beginning. If they keep digging, they'll keep finding. Like this man
that's the messed up part. And to prove your point is that we just keep saying that it's just the beginning, and then still they find more.
Well, that's the thing. Like he didn't just wake up one day and start doing it. It was a thing. So, I mean, I'm sure there was a time where he was happily married and committed and focused, but I don't know how long it lasted. Just seems like that, whatever. Like she doesn't seem to give 2 shits. Oh, that's Vince. Always got his pickle in something.
He does things around here,
right? I hate Jordan's name change. I hate the Jordan's name change. I lost your high side.
Right, Jordan who?
Vinci. Yes, Enzo would be hilarious. I mean, if you brought back Enzo and Cass, they get a huge pop, and it would be an interesting lift to the division.
Yeah, it would be interesting. It would be interesting, though, to see how long it takes till Enzo rubs someone the wrong way. I know he's matured a lot, but I feel like that there still might be something there that kind of lingers.
Right. Well, I think there's twofold, right? I mean, remember, there's 3 sides to every story. So for me, I really think that he was young, brash, and I think he blew up quick and it went right to his fucking head. Right. And I mean, it felt like a little bit of little man syndrome thrown in there. Right. But from what I've seen now, I don't know him. Right. Like, I mean, I don't know him well. But from what I can tell, he's matured. He puts a lot of time in the gym. He's much bigger than he used to be. I'm curious. I'm curious to see if he could pull it off at this point.
Yeah. And I do think him and Cass would be a good fit in WWE. They were before, and then all hell broke loose. But I think they've now grown exponentially outside of the ring, especially Cass, W. Morrissey.
Yeah.
Even if Enzo doesn't come back with him, I think he could come back and still definitely be up there. I could see him challenging Roman, to be honest, or involved in that whole storyline.
Right. Hi, I'm the real Stone Cold.
What?
What?
Right on you. Sorry, son of a bitch.
Right. Welcome, Stone Cold. Stone Cold, Stone Cold. Triple H bring back Velveteen Dream. That's come up a couple times there. Tyson,
No.
thank you for being a part of the show. I don't, we have obvious reasons why that will not happen.
Thank you as I swat your dreams down. No.
Right. Bring back AOP. Tito, I like what you're cooking.
No, because they still need to figure out their whole situation from that little promotion.
Dude,
and
they
that
didn't
whole
do
little
shit.
show
They
that
just
they were
walk
supposed
away.
to have that
They
just
need
kind
a
of fell by the
paycheck quick.
wayside.
They just walk away. They need a paycheck quick. They owe a lot of money for false fucking booking.
For that and the being involved in the NFT BS and all that.
Oh, that's an interesting pickle into itself, right?
Yeah, they're the crypto boys now. They're not AOP. They're the cryptos of pain.
Right. And by the way, folks, Roddy and Apollo are smacking the shit out of each other. We got a good match going on. Let us know in the chat, all 30 of you, who's going to win this match. Roddy, Apollo. That's simple, folks. You guys have them repeating.
Oh, he's still talking about the boogeyman. Yeah, well, no, he corrected himself because I saw him earlier said no. He realized once I was like, "You're gonna sit your ass on the bench." Right. He's like, "No, I wasn't saying that."
Why do I feel like Vince actually killed someone? Who I can't comment. I like my channel.
Right.
I like what we do here. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, there's nothing to indicate that or substantiate it.
I plead the fifth.
I mean, there are rumors of, we know the story of Snuka, Superfly. Yeah, but that's different. That's negligence, not murder. You're going that deep, right? Oh wow, no, I don't want to go that route with something like that. It's too.
I was trying to let it slide, and I didn't expect you to catch me. Goddamn it!
Get the flat earthers out here telling us how things are now with that kind of shit.
No.
Why do I feel like Vince?
It's a triangle. I'm still walking on that sumbitch like I'm a king.
I like it. No, I think the closet is deep, and I think it's dirty. Jordan Devlin, JD McJerkoff. There you go.
Nah, I like JD. I kind of actually like JD McDonough. Well, I like Jordan Devlin, and I hope
I like Jordan Devlin.
JD McDonough.
Right? The fuck is this? We're back in a commercial, folks. United by Sports. Ember Moon was another favorite of mine. I don't know. She just got over there, but she hasn't done shit since she died. She did. What do you think?
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing is I saw this today earlier. I can't remember who was saying it, but I kind of agreed with it. Of Madison Rayne just came into the company as a quote unquote coach, and now she's getting a shot at the TBS title versus Jade. And Athena or Statlander haven't challenged her, but they've been involved with this the whole time. I get slow playing, but there's slow playing, and then there's forgot about.
Right.
And this feels forgot about.
Yeah, I mean, so does Ruby, to be honest.
So I might upset some people with this. I feel like Ruby, unfortunately, has kind of reached her ceiling to an extent.
Ooh.
I feel like where she's at now is exactly about where she was in WWE. And I don't think that there's really much that she can do beyond that. She could get a title run. It will not be long, and it will not be good. Sorry, I should rephrase that. It will not be compelling. I again rephrase that. It will feel it will be quick. That's the best way I can put it, I guess. But yeah, I unfortunately I love Ruby, but I feel like she's kind of reached the top of her ceiling.
Yeah, it's pot. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that, bud. But there's a match on. No, there's a commercial on. I go with Cruz. Yes, I'm here. What? Apollo, I feel the win. There we go. And Scott Hall. Guys, we got to work on how you lead into some of these. We don't remember everything you said, folks.
Right. Sorry, we talk a lot, and y'all kind of unfortunately through the wonders of YouTube end up on a little bit of a delay. And I know that's speaking from experience. So when you comment something, it may end up being like 10 minutes after your first comment. So we've forgotten all about it by then.
I love our crew around here. They're the funniest shit ever.
That's why I was trying to click on it.
What? Last word.
Right, 1 minute. What? 2 minutes. What?
What?
We had one commercial break. What? We're here. We were here Monday. What? We were here tonight. What? We're back at it on Wednesday for Quake in the Lake. What? We're back at here for Let's Rumble on Thursday. What? We're back at it again for Triple Header Friday, covering anything and everything. What? And we're back here for Hardcore Saturday. What?
Hardcore Saturday. I like it. What? Yesterday, I heard Miro and Andrade went back to the WWE. Now, Tyson, I saw the stories as well. I think people are fucking like, they like the tweet. Nobody, like, it wasn't a confirmation that they wanted to leave the fucking company.
Like, yes, but we're in that day and age to where everybody, if you
like right off the fucking deep end,
if you change your fucking Twitter handle or your Twitter bio,
what?
You know, all of a sudden you've what? All of a sudden my wife's can kill me. But all of a sudden, you know, now you're leaving breadcrumbs, you know, along the rabbit trail of all these little, you know, innuendos and hidden messages and all of that. I think the man just realized and was maybe honestly more trying to tell Tony, hey, yeah, see, people are saying I should go back to where Cross just went and Dexter just went, and they're talking about Sasha and Naomi going back and all of that. It's playing leverage.
Oh, it really is. I mean, this is an interesting time now because you figure they talked about Tony signing wrestlers higher than market value because he's a nice guy and he could. But now you get to that point where they're going to have to spend more. And Kenny, like, what is his limit? I know everyone goes, his dad's a billionaire. There is no limit. But his dad's not going to just let him go carte blanche forever.
Well, he also kind of vacuum cleaner. He sucked up at all the talent that there was out there. And then now he's realizing, shit, I can't put everybody on TV in prominent storylines, this, that, and the third. So, yeah, now some of you might have to stop getting texts from Tony.
Yeah, I mean, it's just and it's a weird dynamic, right? But again, both companies, and this is the interesting thing. Everybody was in the honeymoon phase of the AEW. I'm curious over the next little while here, what kind of stories start leaking out, what kind of truths start coming out about, you know, the fucking land of Oz.
Well, you keep hearing all of these kind of stories get leaked out, and then they get shot down about how it's chaotic to work back there, and how at times, like that's part of even what led to the whole Jonathan Gresham thing, is that everything seems so up in the air all the time. And that's not how you can run a major legitimate company like that.
People were talking about Gresham going to the WWE, and I was like, get the fuck, they're interested.
NXT, maybe that would be someone who could go to NXT. I think, honestly, he would go to Impact before he would go to anything. WWE.
I agree. Go hang out with Jordan.
Oh, absolutely.
By the way, Apollo is on fire right now. Roddy's in the corner. We're getting a great match.
Oh, I've been a big fan of Apollo, and he kind of, I know people gave him crap because of the whole Nigerian gimmick and everything like that, but it was part of the Wuha Nation and everything that he did back on the Indies. And that's when he actually started to be taken a little bit seriously and everything. So that's when I, you know, started to kind of get behind him. Yeah, rabbit trail. Yeah. I know. I was popping off in the mouth, and it just kind of came out. Just deal with it. Tony Khan has got it going on. I think he used to have it going on. I don't know quite so much anymore. But yeah, Apollo Crews. Oh, nice ass kip up from Apollo. This has been a hell of a match, folks. I still haven't seen any predictions pop in here as to who's going to win this match, but this has absolutely been back and forth. And that's one thing that I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I've certainly noticed it. Now under Hunter being in charge, and I guess Sean's in charge of NXT, but now guys are actually allowed to go out there and be professional wrestlers. They're actually going out there and doing what they were hired to do. They're not trying to have a 20-minute promo segment that makes no sense, or they wrestle a 2-minute match with 3 run-ins. Big belly butters or back body suplex. Victor, what? Now, see, that's like the 3rd or 4th time. So I almost feel like I need to kind of, you know, pull the CJ and, you know, Victor, cut the shit. I can't do a CJ impression to save my life. With MJF and silent and off of AW, if AW does not bring him back, will Triple H go for it? Tyson, for the longest time, and I'm sure KG, whenever he gets back from his little pause for the cause, will absolutely agree with me. I'm still of the mindset that this whole MJF thing is a work. If you want us to hear us go a little bit more into detail about that, tune in Thursday. But it's starting. My feelings on it is starting to get a little cloudy. Like Tony and Tony might have worked himself into a shoot there, brother. And I'll leave it at that for right now. Wrasslin 4 Live Network, you stole my WWF Smoke and Skull title bet. What? Well, what are you going to do about it? You're going to come back here and whip my ass? I'm going to stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry. Don't steal my stick, Nick. Yeah, Victor, well, you're stealing mine. Chris says MJF is a work. Yeah, like I said, tune in on Thursday if you want to hear us, really go into that, because we've gone into that before, especially when he had that whole Fire Me Mark promo. But now that it's dragged on this long, now that Hunter's in control of WWE instead of Vince, I think it's very much, the turns have tabled. Roddy right now going for a Boston Crab. Let's see. I love AW, but what they do with the women's division is sad unless you like Dennis. I have not heard that put that way. But yeah, I think honestly their initial problem was that they signed a lot of Joshi wrestlers from Japan. I think due to Kenny's involvement and being him heavily overseeing the women's division, and that didn't translate as well as they thought it would. Apollo went for the backbreaker from Roddy. Step up Enziguri. All right, Victor. I will try and find your comments earlier about Austin Theory. Oh, damn. Gutbuster onto Roddy. This has been easily the match of the night so far. I'm interested to see how Zoey Starks and Cora Jade keep up with this. But Apollo for the 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go, Victor. Now that match is done. What if Theory cashes in on Braun Breaker versus JD McDonough next week, since Theory is returning after a death in his family? Oh, well, I didn't know that's why Theory was out. Very much T's and P's for everyone in the Theory family. But I honestly don't think it would be a bad shout if Theory went to NXT. I feel like he could have dealt with some more time there, and especially they kind of need to, I know we've called it beating the Vince out of him, but they need to wash the Vince stink off of him. They need to kind of hit the ultimate refresh button on him. And I know we had talked about before of him potentially cashing in for the US title. So honestly, I think him cashing in for the NXT title would not be a bad shout, especially since we've seen Charlotte cash in the women's Money in the Bank before for the NXT title. So that's, I could actually very much, I wouldn't mind that at all. If Johnny Gargano comes back, it will be on NXT because he loves NXT. Yes, he might love NXT, but I still think, though, that he's going on the main roster. He's done anything and everything that there is to do in NXT. What else would you want to see this man do in NXT outside of he just stays there forever? And looks like we're getting the confrontation now between Escobar and
It's coming up next. I'm in commercial.
I right now have Escobar driving on the cell phone.
Yes. So you somehow ended up slightly behind me again.
I'm not surprised. I've been behind you all night. So
hey, what are you doing back there? What are you doing back there? Pause. Anyway, if Johnny Gargano comes back, it will be on NXT. We read that one. AEW sucks. WWE is cool than other wrestling shows. I wouldn't go that far.
Different strokes for different folks.
Cruising strong. Give us a good match. I agree with Dale. It was a hell of a match.
Oh, that was match of the night so far. Like I said, Zoey Starks and Cora Jade very much have the gauntlet laid in front of them of, top that.
Right. Curtis, welcome. 287 days as NXT Women's Champion, 4th all-time and counting. My favorite, Mandy Rose. What do you think?
Are you sure you're not Corey Graves there with how much you're loving up on Mandy?
I don't know if he's allowed to gush over Mandy like that anymore.
Carmella might slap the taste out of his mouth.
Right. That being said, folks, we are on a commercial break, and I will take a moment to thank everybody for being here. Don't forget, we're here all week long. Tomorrow, Quake at the Lake, and then we're ending this whole week through the usual schedule. We're going right into Saturday, where we'll get XPW and GCW. A hardcore Saturday night doubleheader. We're going to be doing it up. Our Saturday night streams are always off the chain. And when we come back, after Wednesday, we're hitting our weekly podcast, Let's Rumble. There's a lot brewing. There's a couple fans. I know I've talked to a lot of people as of late about the Young Bucks. I'm trying to hold off until at least AEW Dynamite.
This man's got the gun cocked and ready.
I'm dying.
Just waiting to let it fire.
Dying to shit on these guys. But I'm trying. I've been good for almost 4.5 hours. So I'm holding on.
Yeah, you only got to make it another 48.
Right, we're almost there. Well, I mean, if it's tomorrow, I'll be a little more open about it. But yeah, no, we definitely got some topics to tackle on Thursday. Don't forget, Friday is a triple header this week. Impact Emergence. For those Impact fans out there, we will be covering Emergence alongside everything else. So SmackDown, Rampage, Emergence, all on Friday nights. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. Lots of wrestling. And I imagine Emergence is going to entertain us.
Oh, absolutely. Right. The last time that happened, I got stuck watching a go-home show of SmackDown and was just highly disappointed while you're over there like, holy shit.
Yeah, now we're going to be torn because, literally the odd channel out, you're like, fuck, all right? Because, depending on the time, we should still be just 1-1, right? There'll be SmackDown and Emergence, and then Rampage and Emergence overlap.
Oh, yeah, it'll be 1-1.
What? I like it. Stone Cold, what? If that's your real name, what? AEW is awesome because it's different. What?
See, different strokes for different folks.
Listen, AEW is good. I can't just forget that we were cheering for AEW all the fucking time. But there's definitely some blemishes that need to be ironed out.
Yeah, it's not without fault. That's the thing. Everybody wants to very much look at AEW with rose-tinted glasses because, hey, it's not WWE. Right, but everybody that says that is thinking of Vince's WWE and hasn't watched the past 2 weeks or so now that it's been under Hunter.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like if you're watching, if you get caught watching at the wrong time, you might miss that. You actually might miss something.
Right.
But I got Sanga talking to a couple ladies. I don't know what's up with Sanga, like what his deal is, what his approach is.
I don't think they know.
So he's like a guru.
It's easily forgivable that you don't know because they don't know.
Is this all these guys do? They started the show watching footage, and now we're back watching footage. Is that all? Like that's their whole gimmick? Is they sit and watch their own matches? I don't know
who they is. I right now.
Oh, sorry. The Diamond Mind is back in the room watching more tape.
Got to run back the game film. That's how Tom Brady got better. Always watch the game.
I love talking about it. I think I know who this is. Yep, the Roman Empire is really refreshing. It's getting less refreshing. We need an injection of something.
Now, I think you just need the tide to rise around him.
I like that analogy. Roddy's back yelling at the Creeds, but the Creeds aren't taking none of it.
I just still keep laughing at the one's like squished face. He, like I said, he
Right?
looks like the bully's buddy's buddy, like not the bully or the bully's buddy, like the third man down.
Right? But it's just weird that they spend their whole time just sitting around watching tape. I mean, they're dedicated, I suppose.
Well, like I said, that's how you watch the game film. That's how you get better. You watch back the game tape.
Where is Veer? We lost Veer again, guys. This guy, we can't keep track of him.
He came, he saw, he left.
Someone put a fucking bell on this guy so we can keep an eye on him.
I mean, are you really missing him?
No.
Right. Exactly.
And again, another guy that they put in the fucking Rey Mysterio. Like, listen, they were using Mysterio as a gatekeeper. Like, everybody walked. If you were a heel, you were going to walk through Mysterio, but it was instantly shit.
Oh yeah, it's like Jericho's podcast. Right as you walk out the entranceway for AEW, you got to stop and do a podcast with him. Right as you're a heel coming up in WWE, you got to have a match with Rey Mysterio or with a feud with them, at least with him and Baby Dom, and they're both going to be shit.
Tell me when you got the car pulling up to Tony.
Might be a minute.
All right, I just line this.
I got an ad for the Giovanni versus Carmelo for the North American Championship at Heatwave.
Right. Okay. And then so you'll see Tony on the phone, and then you'll see a car coming up a pathway as they have their final meeting or confrontation.
Yeah, final standoff.
No. Chris is predicting that our Vinny is on his way to taking a title.
I got the car pulling up on Tony right now.
There we go.
And the only way that I see that happening is if Carmelo goes to the main roster, or he gets a NXT title run, because I honestly think Carmelo versus Braun would be a hell of a match.
Right. Okay, so now they all came alone, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a fight.
Like a Wyatt compound fight.
Yeah, that's what I think.
All of a sudden, Matt Hardy's going to come rolling through on a lawnmower.
So now I know what happened to Joe Pesci's kid when he grew up.
Well, like you've said it even before, it's a little bit sad, and I guess part of why you might start to see Andrade want to come back to WWE outside of the fact that his wife works there still, that Escobar's doing his gimmick just better than him.
That's been the thing. Like, this is exactly what Andrade has been trying to pull off since he left, right? Like, it was all about the riches, and then he ended up with the family. There's an example of where your booking fucked you, because he ended up with the Matt Hardy office bullshit, and it killed him. And no one cares. Now he's
that was kind of like just getting the last at a birthday party or so, or like when they're getting gifts out and everything. You just got the last thing nobody wanted, and you're like, well, shit, I'm stuck with this now,
right? I like Escobar. I think Escobar is due for a push up.
Oh, absolutely. He's super talented. So is honestly Tony.
Sanka is good. Tony's good. My issue with Tony, and I'm sure he's actually Italian, but he seems like somebody pretending to be Italian, which that's what throws me off. I think if he could tone down his bullshit a little bit, it would be as meh.
Yeah, but I think also a little bit. I get a bit what you're saying of the Hunter still got to fine tune some things, and so does Sean. But I also a bit of I feel like NXT is a little bit to where they can halfway do those a bit more over the top gimmicks and everything, because they're still learning to be themselves. They're still fine tuning some shit.
Flip me that address, Boss Monster. Let's go. Feifel tweeted the Triple H did not fire Kevin Dunn. No, I mentioned this on a previous stream, Tyson, that when interviewed, he said, it's going to take a team to do this, blah, blah, blah. And one of the names that he mentioned was Kevin Dunn. And I was fairly surprised, but listen, I think Triple H is smart enough to go, okay, Kevin Dunn's got a ton of producing. Like, it's hard to find people that produce wrestling shows as much as Kevin Dunn has, whether you like him or hate him.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? So if Thunder feels like, shit, now Dunn's all by himself, I can step on his nuts and make him behave the way I want him to because he's a yes man, he'll do what I tell him. And I don't need to fire him. Maybe.
Touche, but he did also was
He's
involved
such a creepy
with
looking
insider
individual.
trading. I was about to just say he's just hiding out in his goddamn beaver dam. That's why they haven't been able to find him.
No, he's he looks unsettling.
Well, it's also it's you can tell that his influence though is being kind of washed away. If we don't get the hard cuts to the hard cam and everything, not everything's focused around that, and we don't get 80,000 camera cuts all the time.
Well, and I mean the thing, even if, like, when he was with Vince, there was those infamous stories of, there you go, Bing. Those are infamous stories of him being, a certain way and not really digging the wrestling and being more of a Hollywood guy or a TV guy kind of idea. And, if Vince didn't like the certain terms, Dunn hated them too. And he doesn't have that leeway right now. He just has to put on a good show.
That's been the biggest thing with Vince and Kevin Dunn is they very much, and even like the writers and stuff that Vince and the boys have hired, is that they wanted to build it more around it being an entertainment show, of it being just a general TV show, and being a drama, not a professional wrestling show.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch. So at Heat Wave, there's a final showdown between Legado and the D'Angelo family, from what I gather.
One mob to rule them all.
Right, there we go. So we'll see what happens. I have a feeling that Tony D and his team are going to go over. I don't know if it's Santos straight up, but I don't know what's happening. But either way, they're meeting at Heat Wave, which is next week, Heat Wave. But that being said, Nick, are you back into a commercial?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm in a commercial as well. So, folks, we are rolling along here. Let us know in the chat, how you feeling about NXT? We're heading towards the home stretch. You know what? To be honest, generally, actually, I'm going to hijack the stream here for a second and just touch on something real quick. But
no, you're fine. Here, why are you going to do that?
Oh, he's going to leave me here. All right, you're stuck with me, folks. So we're going to do this. But we're in a commercial break on NXT 2.0. We're rolling along. How you guys feeling out there? How you doing? People in the WWE does not like Kevin Dunn, but he's a true wrestling producer, and it's hard to come by. I agree. He's on the hot seat, I think. I agree with you, Tyson. I think he's in a bit of a pickle, and he's got to perform. And I mean, like I said, it's not easy to find that many wrestling producers that have that many years of experience. And if Triple H deems him valuable, to keep him around. If he's detrimental to the product, I imagine he'll be on his way out, because no matter how much experience you have, if you're not rowing the boat in the right direction, you're fucked and you're out. Yeah, Santos might come to the main roster. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I think it's due. I mean, I think he's done an extremely good job. I think his faction has been well. I really do. I like him as a heel. I like him as a babyface. I think, like Nick said, he's kind of doing Andrade's stick better than he did. So, all right, this is a weird commercial. With that being said, folks, I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful week. I hope everything's going well. I'm going to kind of hijack the show. Generally, I keep the channel to wrestling. I just specifically want to talk about wrestling, and, we don't get into politics or anything like that. We just stick to the wrestling. However, at the end of the day, we're all kind of people and such. And for me personally, I kind of wanted to just, we come on these streams, we do these streams all the time. It's a lot of fun, but yesterday marked a kind of a special day for me, as far as 5 years ago yesterday, I was literally crushed in an industrial machine. Not me wholly, as you can see. My arms were. I got locks. I got pulled into industrial press rolls. So as you can imagine, big giant rollers, and I got pulled in the middle, kind of like I was James Bond. So the reason I'm telling you that, and I know you guys out there are like, why is he bringing this up? Because you know what? It's been on my mind. And I figure I got a platform, and I have a place where people tune in and listen. So not to go too far into it, not trail away from the wrestling too far, but to kind of let you know behind the curtain, there's, we're people just like everyone else, obviously. And for me, 5 years ago, that moment changed my life. Crushed my arms. It took 2 years to rehab them. As you can see, I talk with my hands all the time. So they're hanging in pretty good. They're not perfect. A lot of damage, took a lot of time to get back to where I needed to be. But 2 years into that recovery, I got super sick right around when COVID hit. And between those two moments, I became, everybody goes through ups, downs, bad times, and literally being crushed by that machine. Like I took on, a big inanimate object, and at the end of the day, I won. And as fucked up as that thing was, as much as that was my moment where I felt like I was saying goodbye to the world 5 years ago, I went back to school. I got another degree. I worked my ass off. I changed careers, and I just grew. And I got to the point where, you go through life and you're just working, you're doing your thing. And even, I never thought in my 30s I'd be starting a YouTube channel. I'd be on YouTube with a couple people that I just met online. That's, we come on here and we just talk and we enjoy ourselves and we have fun. But the reason I told you all that is not for sympathy or well wishes or anything like that. What I wanted to take a moment to remind everybody out there, and 86% of our viewers are generally male. So I do want to remind everyone, things get bad. Things get real bad. You could be that close. And I've been there a couple times where it's bleak and you think it's over, but you can take that shit and you can make it the best shit that ever happened to you. It made me a better man. It turned me around. And there was days where I didn't think I was going to get up the next one. There was days I didn't want to get up the next one. But for all the men out there and the ladies, but the men tend to bottle shit. So the reason why I brought my 5-year anniversary up is 5 years ago, I could have just gave up and quit and let the depression and the sadness and all that bullshit weigh me down. But at the end of the day, here I am on YouTube talking to all you amazing people. I wish you nothing but the best. I've been nothing but positivity since I've started doing this wrestling shit. Even when I started working on YouTube and I helped another guy build his channel up, and then I watched him fuck everyone over and then disparage the people that helped him build it. And never once did I come on here and say anything negative or anything bad. We always try and take the high road. We always defend ourselves, but we always want to breed positive. Life is short, and I know I'm getting preachy, but I got to get this off my chest. So I appreciate you guys for being my therapist tonight, but life is short. Live it. Whatever you got to do to put a smile on your face. Don't say sorry to anybody. As long as you're not fucking up someone else's day, live your life to the fullest. I have nothing but gratitude and respect for all of you guys that show up here, and girls and everyone else. And to the two guys, my wingmen, Big Nick, CJ, it's nothing but love. I can't thank them enough. For the others that have been on this channel, there's nothing but love there. There's no ill will. There's no hard feelings. I appreciate them. They were a part of this journey. They got us to where we were going, and we are having nothing but fun running with that ball. We got a tag match. It doesn't even matter. And I know I'm on a soapbox, but I thank all of you for being here. I thank you all for listening. But remember, no matter how bad shit gets, no matter how alone you feel, talk to somebody. Turn somewhere. I get the benefit because I can come on here and just talk to you guys, vent all that energy and frustration out. But you're never alone. Things are never that bad. Things are never worth quitting. There's always an answer. There's always help. And just be kind to everybody. This shit can go up in flames in a second. And the way the world is nowadays, let's not take a moment for granted. But yeah, that's how I ended up here with you guys. So that's a little bit of my story. It was crazy times, but 5 years removed, my life has come so far. And the goal is just wake up and be happy, chase your dreams. Sometimes it costs pain. Sometimes you sacrifice, but at the end of the day, it's all worth it. So thank you very much. And let's get back to Pretty Deadly and an indescript tag team that I can't remember. Larry, wrestling chat is my only social life. Well, we're happy to be part of your social life. At this point, I have very little social life outside of this chat. Trust me. There's people who and that's it. People think, KJ, you're crazy, you're every night, but I believe in something and I like it. I love coming on and talking about wrestling, passionate about it. I'd miss you guys if I wasn't here. So some nights you will eventually see me take a break, but I love coming on here. I love being around Nick. I love being around CJ. I love doing these shows, and there you go. Thank you. But yeah, the fact that anyone ever shows up and listens to us do this, I appreciate it. And we love doing all the streams. We're back all week long. I turned it into a promo. That's pretty cute. But tomorrow, Quake by the lake, and it's going to be a fun time. But yeah, folks, I mean, shit gets bad. And sometimes you just got to be grateful to be here and grateful for what you do have. For the last 3 years, where did I go? There you go. I mean, and I understand, like, especially in, that's how this kind of happened, right? We were going through COVID and everything else, and YouTube, don't flag me for saying COVID. But that's it. Like, you end up just, it's coming on here all the time. These are the people I interact with. These are the people I know. So, yeah, it's crazy. We're going to haul him off like Dexter Loomis, folks, to get him. Right? Maybe you have to fucking cuff me. Trust me, it's happening. I watch Raw and NXT and SmackDown in WWE channel. Tariq, good choice. Now you do it through I know the American folks have Peacock. Is it the other, like, internationally, is everyone else still on the WWE network outside of the US? Or does the US doesn't have the network, right? Americans, help me out here. Amen, brother. Thank you. I don't mean to get so preachy. Like I said, we usually just stick to the wrestling, but I figure if you guys are going to listen to me say something, might as well make it matter. But Escobar is better. Beaver, we got that. Yeah, Santos can come to the main roster. Oh, there we go. As the English say, I have to go spend a penny. Be right back. Cheers. Cheerio. God bless you. I appreciate it. She turned off the lights like Orton, right? Snap. I have to admit, I watched last week's episode of NXT UK. I was pleasantly surprised with how good most of that show was. It tapered off by the end, but I hadn't seen NXT UK in a while. But it wasn't bad. Vin, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. With Raw being somewhat boring, Triple H should bring up Santos and Legado and Tony with the new crew to keep a reprieve of the red brand. Oh, shit. Lash is beating up Daisy Dukes. Whooping her ass. And wait, did Lash Legends just join Pretty Deadly in some way, shape, or form? There we go. Lash is Pretty Deadly. You're far too kind. Thank you. Back. Welcome back. Got that.
No, I ain't too kind, damn it.
Right. You're far too kind. I'm happy I kept my shit together through that. I was impressed.
Oh, well, I'm glad you did, because I was struggling.
Man, it's
yes, folks, that is part of the, the fiber that binds us, besides just being wrestling fans, is, we are a little bit of the island of misfit toys.
Right. I got a confrontation between Gacy and Grimes.
They need to figure out what they're doing with Gacy. I'm amazed that they still think that that's working.
I don't know. I think it's a matter of, you can't just, I said it kind of with the WWE, like, you can't just yank everything, right? So I think they might
yes, you do have to very much do bit by bit. You can't, it's like playing Jenga. You can't just pull the whole bottom, half out. But like you said, I think it was on last night on Monday Night Raw. How pissed are the grizzled young veterans right now that they're stuck with this crap?
So funny. They're mad. Like, shit, if we could have just held on like, one more week. Right? Like, I'm shocked that that's what they did with the grizzled young vets, right? And now, like, right. I mean, I keep mocking it because US only has Peacock. There you go. That's the correction. So you guys don't have the network anymore at all. And see, in Canada, well, it's actually funny, but they lumped the WWE network in with one of our sports distributors, or channels. So you have to order the channel to get WWE network, and fuckers.
That's weird. Yeah, no, because here we had the $9.99 a month just for the network, and then now I think it's $5.99. It might have gone up like $1 or something, but that's just the regular basic version of, Peacock, and you get everything pretty much NBC plus everything WWE. So I feel like they kind of undercut themselves.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
My new guy and favorite is Triple H. Guy's name Killer Cross. I thought you were going to say Triple H. I'm like, Triple H is my favorite. Now for more reasons.
Yeah, I remember you being here on Monday with the Roman profile picture, saying how you were no longer a Roman fan, and now you're a fan of Cross, and now you got the Cross,
right. So, Dro, welcome back. I mean, you have reasons.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say they have reasons to be excited, and I mean, you want to pick Cross as a favorite, you're not going wrong.
Oh, absolutely. I was just going to mention, because he mentioned Triple H, about how on Sunday we're getting the DX A&E biography.
It's true. It's true. It's going to be a good one. I mean, now this one, we talk about some of the tag team or some of the rewriting history propaganda we get from certain people of the wrestling world. No comment, Bucks.
Yeah. But
that being said, I think we're going to get a little bit of that with this.
Oh, they have for the longest time. Do you remember when DX showed up at WCW with a tank? You mean the Humvee that you had that just had like some PVC pipe taped to it?
Nonetheless.
And you were sitting there at the gate.
Right. But sometimes they act like it wasn't dick and fart jokes the whole time, right? Like,
oh, absolutely. They were just, super progressive, which to an extent they were, but it was also very much just South Park adult humor.
Right. It was, the Canadian flag in your nose and such.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Sean. No, just kidding. We forgive. Brett forgave. I can forgive.
We forgive, but we don't forget.
Yeah, right. Hey. My fellow Canadians are gonna be like, don't do that. Right. What is the main event?
The main event is Cora Jade versus Zoey Stark, and I've already had Cora Jade come out to the ring in the all black gear now. She's very, skater girl now instead of just regular skater girl. And she had some weird sort of baton thing with her.
It was like a sheath sword.
It looked like almost like a fraternity paddle, just extra long.
Larry remembers that.
I do too, apparently. So get on
you. Remember?
You remember? I remember.
You remember?
Eating the member berries. Pause.
But yeah, that being said, folks, we'll save how you feeling about it. But who do you got tonight? You got Starks, or do you got Cora Jade? My money's on Starks.
Yeah. The only way I could see Cora winning is, again, if they call Zoey up, which I still think would be a bit too fast, just because they're in that whole women's tag title tournament, which it would be weird to have a team from NXT win them when NXT already has women's tag belts.
Well, and plus you're in the pickle of, I mean, Mandy's a huge heel. Cora getting pushed towards it doesn't make that much sense.
Right.
So, yeah.
By standard wrestling logic, it should be heel versus babyface.
Well, it should be in most cases. It's not an absolute, folks. I know people are like, that doesn't have to happen. 9 times out of 10, it does. If you want it to be compelling, every movie we ever watch,
it to make sense, damn it.
Right. Even as a child, there's always a protagonist and an antagonist. That's it.
Right.
That's the way it is. It makes compelling stories. If the hero has nothing to go against, then what happens?
Batman didn't fight Superman in every comic. Batman fought the Joker, fought, Two-Face, all of that.
Hey, I'm down for a good
hero versus hero every week.
Right. See, I find in a babyface match you can do, and you can do it well, and the fans can get behind it. I think a heel match is real tough to pull off, depending on the heels.
That is very hard. You almost have to do a turn.
You almost have to have someone leak into baby.
You have to have someone at least work babyface, which even then, that person should already at very most be like a tweener.
Exactly.
Already.
No, I agree with that. We're getting a replay of Chance and Carter winning the belts. much to everybody's surprise, except this guy. I watch everything on Hulu. Hulu does live, eh? I don't fuck with Hulu, so let me know what's up, Oogity.
I mess with Hulu, especially just again. I'll say this real quick again. I guess because we're in a commercial break or whatever. But if you have not watched Prey on Hulu after you're done watching us and everything, I would suggest go and watch that.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I'm getting an ad for WrestleMania in LA.
I'm getting a package about what is this? I'm getting a package for
that tag finisher though is pretty neat. It's like a neck breaker into no, the tag finisher from Catanzaro and Carter.
I'm getting this crazy package on Gigi and Jade.
I think because, like I've been saying, they're going up to the main roster. I think they're done in NXT. I think that's
they're talking. It's like
their swan song.
They're kind of getting the Ruby Soho gimmick. Like they're in a record store and they love music, and of course,
well,
Gigi's
they're supposed to be, kind of
an
edgy rocker. I don't know. I think at this point, between the two of them, there's going to be hard that you can have them do that. I'm going to be like, boo.
All right.
Hey, there you go. Proper last, GG drinking.
What's that?
I said, there you go. Proper last there, GG drinking.
Right. No, that package was interesting. Like, again, hyping them up. Or maybe it's Mandy's going up and they're trying to hype them up by themselves without her.
Maybe. But still, if we're going to do the women's tag belts on the main roster, I already think you pretty much already have a division there. If you say if you wanted to do Asuka and Liv for whatever reason, you have them. You have Kai and Sky, and then you have Toxic Attraction. Yeah. And then maybe say if Sasha and Naomi still want to come back as a tag team, there's 4 solid tag. Right. Yeah. Still, if you did it, there's 4 solid women's tag teams right there.
Yeah. And I mean, if Nikki, listen, I saw a crazy Nikki today, back in her fucking, her sanity days. And I was like, I missed this. The lady can go.
Oh yeah, they need, instead of Almost a Wrestler, Nikki ASH and Dewdrop, they need Nikki Cross and Piper Niven.
Dear Papa Paul. Yeah, dear Papa Paul. We got to get rid of the PNG background on all this fucking all your graphics. It bugs the fuck out of me. Am I just being picky? It drives me nuts.
A little bit, because I don't quite exactly pick up on what you're putting down.
The gray lines in the background. I don't know. I don't like it. Never have. Looks like your picture's incomplete. Like you forgot to fucking finish your job. Oh, Mandy's here.
Mandy. I'm surprised though that this match isn't truly a number 1 contenders match, but then again, Zoey just won a battle royal for that. So
yeah, this is just to get someone out of the way and have a reason to have a confrontation.
Well, and you kind of have to do something with Cora because I think Roxy's still hurt, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Maybe Toxic Attraction will take Lyons and Stark out. Oh, as a team? I'm down with that. Like, I mean,
that would be interesting if we're still gonna, because we still kind of have to have the NXT women's tag tournament situation resolved.
Right. And I mean, yeah, I'm open for anything on that regard. And again, Toxic Attraction shows like they are one of the better tag teams in the company.
Yeah, who would have thought though? Like if you looked at Mandy Rose like 2 years ago, I'm going to send her to NXT and she's going to be one of the top women in the company by the end of this.
It was a
bold move. No one would have believed you.
It was a bold move, but it worked. Because again, she was another one.
Bold move.
Listen, Mandy Rose would have been a superstar in 94, 95. In the heart of the
Gold Dust, money.
Right? Yeah, that kind of shit.
Fuck, what's her name there? Terry Reynolds. Yeah.
Terry Reynolds. Oh, hi, Terry. Prey is good. Second best movie in the Predator series. I haven't seen it yet, That's interesting. But there's been like 45 Predator movies now.
Not quite, but I would say it's close to second or third. But moving on.
There you
Wrestling,
go.
folks.
So
Wrestling. We are a wrestling channel.
Right. Don't just because I got us sidetracked.
I always slip you in there.
Right. Where do you see this whole heel turn with Cora Jade going? Because I'm not feeling it at all. I'm not either. I'm not. She was pure babyface in this.
I dig it.
Shut up.
I dig it because she sucked as a pure babyface. She was the Wish.com Bailey. That's why. She was literally Avril Lavigne's like Skater Boy song come to life.
Yeah, but now she's just like angry Avril and she's fucking irritating.
Angsty teenager, fine. Put her with like Rhea. There we go.
Yeah, but then Rhea's back to looking like she's hanging out with her little sister.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is they have to write her a bit better and make her come off a bit more seriously. Rhea. But I like it. I at least like the idea of the heel turn versus the babyface run. I'll put it that way.
I think she was better as just a smiling, skipping skater girl.
No, because that's everybody.
Well, fuck. I mean,
granted, her own skateboard had a better heel turn than she did.
As a heel, she just sounds like a fucking teenager that was just told she can't have the keys to the fucking car.
Yeah, that's why, though, I think she definitely needs some time in NXT. But I think as an NXT heel, she's not bad.
I don't know, bro. I don't know if I can come there with you. It's tough.
But so you would rather, though, and I say this facetiously because of obviously, be babyface versus babyface. But so you'd rather babyface Cora versus babyface Zoey right now?
No, not right now. Like if she was babyface, she shouldn't be in this match. I'm saying in general as a character, that's not fair. No, like this match.
That's why what I said. But I'm saying more of I think that NXT needs heels besides Toxic Attraction. They need top women heels besides Toxic.
I'm not disagreeing. But I just don't think. I think Cora.
Wrong choice.
I don't know. Like I said, you follow her on social and shit, and the same thing. Like all of a sudden, again, her attire changed, her look changed, and I don't know. She went from just being like this cutesy little fucking skater girl to like taking me serious as a woman. I'm like, I don't. I'm sorry.
She went from Zoomies to Hot Topic, folks.
Fucking you and Hot Topic.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Right? Well, you're not.
Oh, that Zoey did not get anywhere near as much as she thought of that. That little corkscrew.
Even
springboard that she just fumbled.
Yeah, even she did a springboard knee right before the commercial as well, and it was like, again, she needs time, I guess. I mean, shit.
Well, that's why I could see Zoey taking the belt off Mandy. Mandy goes up, Toxic Attraction potentially goes up with her. And then now you've got a women's division run by Cora Jade, Roxy, Zoey Starks, and Nikkita Lyons.
Yeah. Could you see Chauncey going back to NXT?
Yes. I feel like she had unfinished business there. I think that they never finished her off. I think they hot-shotted her and Tegan Nox going up to the main roster.
And again, they hot-shotted it and had no fucking plan.
Right.
So weird as shit.
Give her back her tank. Her tank was freaking awesome.
Man, it shot t-shirts. I thought that was pretty cute as a babyface move.
Well, I like too that it would literally like shoot a little missile or whatever at like the heel in the ring.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, but adorable. Roman oh wait, I didn't read the last one. Dro says will defeat the part-timer Roman Reigns for the Universal title. No. I think I'm like no, because I kind of want it to happen, but no, I don't think so. I think Roman, especially now that they're already like, the word is Rock's coming. The Rock's gonna be there.
Yeah, they're still working around. They've still thrown it out there of, well, it looks like the Rock's going to be able to fit this into a schedule, but hopefully he doesn't take anything that he might consider more important than WrestleMania and having a main event match with his cousin. Well, way to make your company sound like shit.
Yeah, right. But here's the fucked up part: you get Rock back for 39, and you're like, okay, it's Hollywood. We want the Rock, fine. But then next year, 40, you're like, who do we bring back? We brought them all back last year. Fuck.
But that's why hopefully by then that gives you a year to build talent and actually build a card.
No, but I mean, for the 40th anniversary of WrestleMania, do they bring Vince back? Like he should come out with the opening of the show.
I won't lie, that's where my brain went at first. That was the first person I thought of.
I mean, 40 years. You got to have everyone. Shane, Linda,
Hogan, Taker,
Flair. By the way, how about this for a fucked up concept? Ric Flair is the manager of Raw.
Been there, done that.
Right? Well, I mean, you know how Triple H feels about Flair.
Oh, right. Could you imagine?
Our buddy Soul Man. By the way, if you guys want to go to Instagram and search up our buddy Soul Man, he's been on here before. He had a really good hot take where he was basically that Ric Flair is the most embarrassing thing in wrestling right now. Whew. Strong words.
I mean, I'm in there.
Yeah.
The last thing I said, the last woo I said Ric Flair would be hearing was the wee woo from the ambulance siren carrying him out of the match, and I was halfway there because he passed out through part of the match.
Yeah, he definitely did. You saw at the end there when Andrade slapped his face. He's like, "Where am I? Can I get some more milk?"
Had a little bit of too much of that Ric Flair drip there for him,
right? And then went out and fucking got high on the strip and then had a party.
Hey, dude, if I'm 73 and I just main evented a wrestling show, fuck it.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I saw a thing today, and I don't know the source. I only saw one person substantiate it, but that like this Ric Flair thing's all part of a bigger plan. Like there's more to come.
It's Ric Flair.
Leave it at that. It's got to stop. Listen,
has to and will are two different things.
Listen, Undertaker and everyone's not showing up to your next one, fucker. So stop it. We love you, Lee.
I heard somebody say that Taker showed up there just to make sure when it was done that he was actually dead.
Fucking hell. So Cora misses with the weapon, and now both women are rolling around. Both women are down. Not bad.
Yeah, well, they have a tough act to follow, like I said, with Apollo and Roddy. Roddy's putting on a show for anybody and everybody that'll look because he wants out of NXT. I'm not saying he wants out of WWE. He wants out of NXT.
Right? Yeah. Fuck. What do you think? Roddy's opinion on the whole fucking getting out of here has changed at all?
Oh yeah. Well, you had the whole Undisputed Era that was pretty much buddy with Papa Paul. So
right. Could you imagine for the last 6, 7, 8 months, the fucking, the Undisputed Era are like, hanging out or on the phone. They're like, Roddy, poor Roddy, stuck in hell.
We were talking about like getting free Roddy shirts.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like fucking, click in a blink of an eye and a couple fucking investigations. Roddy's like, guess what's up?
Right. Guess what? The first day that happened, he just he blew up Adam Cole's phone. Guess what, motherfucker?
Right. How's your booking, motherfucker?
Right.
This whole AEW versus WWE thing's gonna get real heated now that there might actually be.
Well, that's the thing this is what's supposed to happen.
Right.
This is for all the people that have been saying this has been a wrestling war and everything, and didn't grow up during the WWE days. This is what an actual wrestling quote unquote war looks like. And I know AEW fans are going to say, oh, well, we don't want a war. Everybody, more competition, more wrestling makes everything better. Yes, it does. But AEW is the company that's taken shots. And when you take shots in a war, the bully's going to answer back. And now they're pissing themselves because the big bad bully woke up and realized, oh, shit, we have a secret weapon.
Right. So like little brothers just taking swings and big brothers holding them off. Like, stop it, whatever. This is a joke. Not engaging at all. But eventually what's happened here now is, Big Brother, like you said, woke the fuck up and decided to throw some bombs. And that's what we kind of talked about. When you're a juggernaut, like when you're fighting an uphill battle, now that they're swinging back and really putting an effort into, all right, let's up our show. Let's up what we're doing. The momentum fucking switched quick.
Yeah, and well, I keep saying it is that's the thing is nothing's changed with AEW. It's all changed around AEW. And that's not saying that there isn't any good and that we don't like AEW.
Poor Jay gets a 2 count.
Yes, but like we've talked about before, that show Dynamite used to run our rating show and everything. But now it's just been Tony's response that seemed a little either panicked or he's not reading the room right. It's he needs to
it's that thing when
he needs to now it's time for him to respond.
Well, it's that thing, right? Like when you're about to get in a fight, when shit's going down, and you kind of like you're fucking amped up, you're kind of prepared for the moment. But when you're cruising along, minding your own business, and you get clipped, and that's kind of what happened was Tony was in cruise control. Like I said, he's the Robin Hood of wrestling. He was stealing from the rich, giving to the poor. Everybody was happy. And, every time a fucking WWE guy got budget cutted, they were like, oh, come to the home of Tony. But now it's different, right? Now it's like, so he was cruising, right? Tony with a huge win. He was the huge baby face in this story. Now we got a tweener situation happening where Triple H makes the WWE. Did she fuck up her nose? She might have ate a foot, but the WWE with Triple H doesn't feel as heelish as it did with Vince McMahon.
No, it feels very much like it's willing to work like with other companies, like it's willing to work with New Japan. There was talks before when Hunter had more of a say in control that potentially WWE would have bought out Noah. So I think now when you have a company like WWE that is willing to pretty much do what AEW does,
hey, look who's back.
Zoey might have
Roxy chasing down Cora Jade. Oh, Mandy gets popped. Oh my God, did you see that?
Not yet.
Wait till you see this fucking finisher. Snazzy Azzy, welcome. Chat, how is Cora Jade? Chat, how? Not bad. I don't love her as a heel, but her work was okay. The match was decent, and the show was over, and they didn't give me a replay of that. It looked hefty.
I like her heel work. Like I said, I almost at this point prefer her as a heel.
Boss Monster, not funny.
Honestly, if you're bored with Killer Cross coming back, with Brock using tractor to raise up a ring, with Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky coming back, I see there is no pleasing you.
Right. We need more just toxic attraction. We should build up top women heels like Elektra Lopez. Elektra Lopez needs to move her ass up to the main roster as well. Lash Legends can stay down. She's still green as shit. Alba Fire, I don't know what to do with her. They got to push her a little bit.
Kaylee Ray, absolutely. She should be on the main roster. I can see her on Raw, and even with the whole Alba Fire gimmick, they would work with all the red.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not opposed to it. I like Alba Fire. I like Kaylee Ray, but I'm curious, and I think, we saw it with Elias last night. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, we saw it with Ezekiel, who's going to be Elias. We saw, R.I.P. Ezekiel. Poor Elrod never even got to make a debut.
I think it's going to be funny, but I'm telling you right now, bringing back Elias, A, is fucking smart. B, it makes sense. And that gimmick was over. Why'd you shave the man down?
Because Vince forgot he had booked it. But I just like, too, how they kind of pretended that no one was going to notice a car crash going on in the background of every promo segment.
Yeah, apparently that's connected to Dexter.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a reach.
No, I think that's what they were doing.
Oh, I know. Well, that whole Dexter thing was very weird because he waited until the end of the match, and then now all of a sudden they got to mug him and handcuff him.
Where did he come from prior to that? Nobody noticed some dude just standing around in a hoodie?
He just was sitting there at front row, and then all of a sudden gets swarmed by a mob of police that just attack him.
Yeah, no, it was really weird. But what I found odd was the car crashed at fucking 9 o'clock or whatever it was. We saw it already smoking with nobody in it. Whenever that KO interview was, the end of the first hour, maybe. And then fucking half an hour, 10, 15 minutes later, cops go running by and you're like, wait, what the fuck? Are the cops connected to the car? Did they get a report? And then 45 minutes later, at the end of the AJ match, you're like, oh, they finally found him. What were they doing? Running around the concourse? What was happening what took so long? Or did he just go like crash the car and hijack someone's seat and nobody noticed that Dexter fucking Lumis was sitting in the 6th row with a hoodie on?
Yeah, what did he do that made him such a threat? Like, why? Just why to everything?
Right. Yeah, I want to know the answers. I will admit, and I think a lot of us can agree, the way they ended up doing it kind of fell flat.
Yeah, well,
AJ was just kind of
it felt clunky. I won't exactly say it fell flat because we still popped when we got the reveal and everything. It was clunky and it was a bumpy road how we got there.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of did it on the sly, right? Of like, oh shit, is that dead? Like they got their wish of like us questioning it, right? Like it took a second, like, holy fuck, that's Dexter. But I just think there should have been a way to highlight what was happening over there a bit better.
Well, so I could rebook this whole thing right now if we really wanted to go that route.
Do it. What do you got?
So rather than having the car crash behind and the promo segments and everything like that, you have kind of just somebody moving around in the shadows that you catch a glimpse of every now and then with a hoodie on and everything like that. You have, say, after, like, rather than when we had the security running up the ramp and everything like that, you have, say, Adam Pearce or somebody saying, we've gotten reports of somebody, suspicious or whatever in the area. We have to bump up security a little bit, especially because it's about to be the main event. Show's about to go off the air. We want to make sure everything goes smoothly. Then during the middle of the match, say towards the end or whatever, you have AJ and Miz outside by the barricade and everything. Then you have hooded individual, obviously Dexter Lumis, pop up and just attack, say, AJ Styles, because I'm assuming since AJ was the one that was looking at him and getting arrested and everything, that's where we're going with this. You do that, and then as Raw's going off the air and everything, you have security swarming him, pulling him off and everything like that, and you handcuff them, and as they're fighting with them and everything, that's when you get the hoodie flipped back, and that's when you reveal that it's Dexter Lumis.
For me, I think what lacked was the commentary, like for the type of where you got to tell the fans what's going on, and like originally they didn't even really like, hey, by the way, folks, there was an accident in the back. I wonder what happened. Like it wasn't. Maybe I missed it because we were gabbing.
Maybe they were supposed to do that, and like that's why, like I said, it just wasn't because we don't know what was supposed to happen and what did happen.
And even when the cops came running by, nobody really acknowledged it. They were just like, oh, that was weird.
Yeah, it was like the middle of an Alexa and Asuka promo, and all of a sudden, like 10 cops come running by.
Like, why didn't Alexa look at Asuka and go, was that the police?
Right. Why are the police running into the arena right now? I should be concerned.
Say to the commentary, like say to Kevin Kelly or whatever, not Kevin Kelly, Kevin Patrick, like, oh, are they looking for the guy with the car? Like something. Right. So we like it dings our light bulbs. It gets our fucking flight or fight kicking in. So to me, it's kind of odd that's what lacked for me. Even when Dexter was getting arrested and AJ was in the ring, I felt the announcer should have been like, oh, look at this lunatic. And then, oh my God, is that who I think it is? Off the air. Fine.
Well, right, give us a cliffhanger. And I get still trying to sneak stuff past people and not drawing attention to things. And
I like it.
I get that a little bit, but at the same time, when you're going to ham-fist it and do it like in every segment, you kind of eventually have to address it. You can't. Yeah, you can't. It'd be one thing if you did one little bit here and you don't see it again for the whole rest of say the hour of Raw. And then midway through the second hour, it pops up again. Something like that. But when you have it in almost every interview, every segment, all of that, you kind of have to address it.
Well, especially like, I mean, you know what the fans are like. I mean, you want to get their attention. If they're sitting on the couch and they're playing with their phone, listening to us, that kind of stuff, or talking to each other a lot, you kind of got to highlight those, like, that's what I always said about, like, I know people nowadays shit on JR because he's, old and not what he used to be, but he's still a legend. And what he did very well was he told the audience what the fuck they were supposed to be feeling, and you believed him, right? When he freaked out,
he conveyed the emotion of the story.
If it was exciting, he was yelling. If it was, well, he was always yelling.
Well, that's the thing is how many people right now can still remember a JR quote from whatever match, and now how many people can do that with a Corey Graves quote or a Jimmy Smith quote or honestly even a Michael Cole quote.
Find one.
Right.
So no, I
can still sit there and picture JR. You know, they're fighting right above us here, folks.
But yeah, that's where the commentators on both shows I think lack is just that the general enthusiasm and following the emotion, but you got to dictate the emotion. You're that conduit between the action and the audience. So
see, sorry, go ahead.
No,
I was going to just disagree with you on one part. I just feel that Pat and Cole are significantly better. They're significantly better than Raw's commentary.
I agree. And I would actually, the SmackDown team might be the best team out of the three groups.
I would say they're the best team of professional wrestling right now.
Yeah. I mean, like, if we want to be picky, there's a couple teams out there that I don't mind, actually, but none of the mainstream ones. But hear me out. Wouldn't it be cool to see Taker in an indie show? No. Or even AEW only to do a promo and stare down? No. Imagine Taker showing up on Dynamite and having to stand off with an omit. Are you kidding me? I threw up in my mouth.
People only want that just for the holy shit moment. They don't want. That's the thing is you can't do that just for that. You need to actually do that for a reason. If you're going to do something that would be that much of a game changer, it has to be for a reason.
Yeah,
the man didn't want to walk away when WCW was literally almost putting WWE out of business. So I doubt he's going to walk away just because, say, Vince is involved and go to their quote unquote next best.
Keep in mind, Taker's a huge fan of Triple H, and he has a great relationship with Paul. Same person, but Triple H, you know, like there's a respect and a love there between those men, and I think he.
Oh, you had the end of an era match.
Yeah. And I mean, Taker to me, come on, we all know how fucking smart Taker is when it comes to wrestling and wrestling psychology and the storylines and booking and da-da-da-da. He knows it all. He's been around forever. He knows it was shit. He knows the product was shit. And when he was quoted as being very optimistic about what Triple H brings to the table. And I
think he's right now working backstage, to be honest. I think he's trying to have his hand in NXT, and pretty much I've heard that he's involved with pretty much any big man on the roster. Like even before they let go of Keith Lee and all that, he was involved with him, Damian Priest, Omos. He's the perfect guy to have to teach big guys how to work.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, absolutely. And I mean, literally just to have like Taker sitting ringside and you do your thing, and then he literally pick it apart of like, you know, like just again, because he got it so well, the pause, the long steps, the movement, everything jived from the minute he got out there.
Got the presentation, the pomp and circumstance.
My guy Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman versus The Rock in a no-holds-barred ladder match for the Universal title at hometown in Los Angeles, California. Dro, it's not going to be a ladder match.
A little too much there.
You were close.
I think it's going to be just a regular singles one-on-one match.
It could be no holds barred. Could be no DQ. You never know. Because if they need an out, right, they don't want to beat The Rock or something, you know, give an angle where that's
get
where
the Usos involved, something
Jacob
that would be your out.
Or Solo Sikoa fucks over The Rock.
If Jacob shows up there, I'm losing my damn mind.
Right, but you get like
it's your way to get an easy out.
Right. I think that's the easy way out, but you're not going to see either of those men in a ladder match.
No.
I think Triple H is interested in NWA.
That's cool. Billy Corgan's not interested in selling.
Yeah, that's a hard nut. You almost have to offer like Billy a job on the team or something.
Right. So we'll give you part of the company. Yeah. No.
I mean, like, fuck, let Billy give him some budget. Like, okay, look, we're gonna buy it, or we're gonna,
make Billy head booker of NXT.
Ooh, interesting. I mean, listen, there's talent in NWA, and we're going to be here for NWA 74 tonight, coming up very soon. I'm looking forward to it. Crockett kills it. But they got a lot of talent there. I really do think there's talent that could be utilized.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just like how we've talked about how, there's an audience for AEW. There's an audience for GCW and XPW, like we're covering on Saturday. There's an audience for WWE. There's very much an audience for NWA. And especially like us two who are wrestling fans of a certain vintage, there's plenty in NWA that we like, even though it is a bit of a slower pace. It's a callback to a forgotten era of wrestling.
Yeah, we're never getting off. I saw on Final Match. Yes, it was. Alt Wrestling Tees. By the way, folks, we haven't done it yet. So now that the man's here on the chat, it almost seems right. Right here. That's it. The beautiful limited edition Wrestling for Life Pro Wrestlers Beat Up Sports Entertainers t-shirt from Alt Wrestling Tees. Make sure you go check them out. All the information is down below. Also in the ticker, also on the screen there. But yeah, go check them out. Not just for our t-shirt, but the whole list of t-shirts. I keep telling people I got my dad mode one, and I'm pretty pumped about it. So check them out. Give some love. And survey time. I forgot to do a survey today. Did you come here to see the Wrestling for Life Network? Yeah, another one.
Hey, you gotta do the Scott Hall voice then.
Another one for the bet. That's you. You got to do it.
Hey yo, survey time. Did you come here for NXT or did you come here for? You did too many letters. All the W4L. Like and subscribe, folks. Wrestling for Life, the real deal. Sorry, I had to leave off the network. You gotta do. You gotta keep it the same cadence.
Right. No, I appreciate that. Alt Wrestling Tees. Apparently, they're bringing over Gallus from NXT UK. How about just skipping them straight to the main roster and pair them with Drew and Kylie Ray and come up with? I mean, it's funny because we always do this, right? Like we take like people and we stick them all in this one big group. I think that's a bit of a stretch.
You guys have something in common. You should be a faction.
Right? You're all.
You guys are both European. Work it out.
Make it work.
I get they're both Scottish, but yeah.
I have a feeling we're going to see an influx of NXT UK talent coming to NXT by the sheer fact that there's going to be some openings. There's going to be some people that don't make it, and there's going to be some people that do make it, and they're going to move up. So, and they've done that before. And I mean, I said it. I know he's hurt. He's going to be out for quite a while. It's not quite sure how long the recovery is going to take on his ankle. That injury fucking looked horrible. I don't know if you saw Ilya go down on his ankle. It was gross. No. He got thrown like into the corner, but his foot that landed before everything else did. So he kind of landed, planted, and went up over the ankle, and it didn't look pretty. So, but man, if you haven't seen Ilya's promo where he gives up the belt, it was a fucking wicked promo, and I was blown away. That's where I was like, this guy's got something. I mean, this guy.
Ilya is amazing. If screw going back to his little injury promo there, go back and watch the Dub X Dub triple threat or three-way dance.
No, his match work, I knew.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I'm starting quoting his, history here.
Right. I didn't know much about the Czar and how much I've seen bits and pieces of him in that regard. I've tuned into some of his great matches, and I think he's wicked in the ring. I was really impressed with this particular promo.
Oh, yeah. Well, and just to touch real quick, though, on the whole Gallus, if they got paired with Drew, Joe Coffey, I actually wouldn't mind seeing on the main roster. I kind of found out about him through like WCPW and everything and ICW. Yeah. But he very much, I get kind of, I don't want to pigeonhole him too much, but I get kind of Sheamus-y vibes off of him. Mm-hmm. And I think he could very much, he can go absolutely. So he could be up there with the Drew, the Sheamus. So it's going to be interesting to see how much they pull from NXT UK, especially with it being a UK pay-per-view. Yeah. But also if those quote-unquote call-ups carry over past that pay-per-view.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting part of this too. And again, and to your point, they're in Wales, so we'll see how it goes. Is Dexter working with Judgment Day? No, not that I know of. Did he crash the car with Dominic in it? No, was Dominic in the car?
No, Dom was getting, whips and chains, handcuffs. Rhea.
Oh, he became a man.
Shades of Rhea. That's what was happening. There wasn't
I think it's fake.
Dom in the car crash. What?
I think it's fake. I think he's turning on his dad, and
it's I think.
No, I know we're all talking about it, but I think that what they did, that's what.
That he just did the fake.
Yeah,
like the fake by getting my ass whooped.
Right. It's the faked ass whooping. We faked it so you'd believe it.
That's how low you think of me, Dad. You think that Rhea whooped my ass and I didn't even fight back.
Fuck that. Rhea would whoop my ass.
But still, fight back, goddammit. Her shirt was still fresh.
What do you mean he was fighting back? She treated him like a fucking poodle. It was hilarious.
She didn't have one scuff. She didn't have
nothing.
Bit of dirt. Or like I said, her damn shirt wasn't even wrinkled. She just whooped that man's ass.
If you put those two human beings in a lineup, I'd be like, oh, she's gonna kill him. Like it's that simple. So I mean, and that's what look, and listen, it's not a guy-girl thing. She is an athlete and he is not. And holy shit. KJ and Nick, I'm not sure if you guys agree with the analysis of the bad guy Cora Jade character. She reminds me of the girls that you would see on Super Sweet 16. Yes, that's what I'm saying. No, Nick likes it. I don't.
I like it. I don't know. To me, I guess I like it better than the discount Bailey gimmicky shtick thing that they gave her before. And I don't know. I guess I might have a ting for girls like that or something. I don't know.
Right. All right. Chris Leclerc gives NXT 5 out of 10. Do you have a rating, sir, while we go through the last few of these?
Ooh.
Right.
That's a spicy meatball. I'm going to give it a 6 piece.
Oh, my God. Mm-hmm. You gave it what?
6 piece.
6. I like 6. 6 is a good number on this one.
Yeah, not too hot, not too cold, not too offensive, not too good, not too bad.
You know what? I'm going to give it 5. In honor of my 5 year, we're going 5. Here we go.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, right. Raw needs Mauro Ranallo. I was watching, like I said, I've been watching some old NXT, just reminding me of what it used to be. And some of the, you remember some of the guys that were like fucking booked proper? Oh my God. Mauro is awesome. He really is a fucking awesome guy. Nigel's good too. I can't hate on him.
You need a color guy with that crew.
Yeah.
You need both play-by-play guys, so they kind of go over each other. But I almost want to do like the Nighthawk or the Hawkeye freaking meme of like, don't do that. Don't give me hope.
Don't do that.
Don't give me hope. Especially with Hunter back there, that we get Morrow and Nigel coming back on commentary. Don't give me hope.
Right. Paul Levesque. Okay. Larry.
Yep, that's his name.
That is it. Levesque. 8 out of 10. A little more generous.
That's a bit high, sir.
That's that's a big balloon. But the issue with the big guys in rushing today, there's not. Very athletic Undertaker was a freak of nature at 6'10". I think there are some. I do think there are some, but yeah, I mean it's a battle, right? You got to book them right.
Well, no, I think that now more than ever, even just across sports in general, not even just in professional wrestling, you're seeing more of the quote unquote freak athletes, of the guys that are 6'10", that can run, sub 5-minute 40s and stuff like that, and can, have, insane vertical leaps and everything. Christ, the NFL is full of them. So is the NBA. And that's the thing, is not all of those guys can make those leagues. So when those guys can't, like Roman Reigns is a prime example. He's an NFL guy.
The list of NFL guys go
back. The list of ex-athletes that have made it big in WWE, and now just athletes in general are getting bigger or better, I should say. So now that talent pool is only going to get deeper.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and again, the big guys just need to be worked properly and utilized properly. I mean, Kevin Nash had a Hall of Fame career and probably took 7 bumps his whole time. Yeah,
but that I guess, though, to that point, that it does help having a guy like Taker, who was at the time one of those outliers of a very athletic big man.
Oh, yeah.
That's able to now teach these guys and kind of pass on.
Dijakovic, right? Like, this guy's fucking.
Oh, yeah.
All right. This guy's planting fucking top rope jumps at 6'10" or whatever the fuck he is.
Right. How many people do you still now see do stuff like old school, and it's almost commonplace half the time,
right?
When with Taker, it's a special attraction.
Well, fuck, we saw Action Mike do the whole ring and the
oh god, yeah,
take you back to that loveliness. We might get him on the weekend.
I don't want to.
Thank you, KJ Nick. You guys are awesome. I love how you hang around after the show just to chat and keep up the great work. What are thoughts? What are
things?
I wonder sometimes.
What are things, Jason? What are dreams? What is time but a man-made construct?
There we go. What are your thoughts on the round matches? Jason, it sucked. Simple.
Yeah. No.
7. 7's not bad. I think 7
a little high.
Yeah, like
I'll take it. Passing grade.
And if I wasn't being sentimental, 6 seems fair. You know, it didn't fail.
Well, no, yeah, I was between a 6 and a 5 because, like I said, there was no hot outside of honestly the Roddy and the Apollo matches. I think
that was a great match.
It past that line, because there was nothing one way or the other. There was nothing super great, but there was nothing super terrible. So there's nothing to feel one way or the other about. So it was a 5 until Roddy versus Apollo.
Jason, buddy. See,
tune in on Thursday.
Listen, I'm almost 1 year going on looking like a mark over this bullshit. I was convinced this man was going to be in AEW right around October of 2021. We're now in August of 2022. I look like a putt in SummerSlam because I was convinced he had something to do with SummerSlam. Still wrong. So at this point, I'm not allowed because I fucking went toe-to-toe with my buddy over there, and he was right on the whole Bray thing. So, fuck. You were more right on the Edge thing, which, was still right on the Bray thing.
I was kind of just right.
You were just right, fucker.
I wasn't going to say nothing. You said
I don't want to be the one that tells everybody.
You said it. I didn't say nothing. I accept the praise. I didn't ask for it.
Anthony, I'm specifically talking about wrestling guys like Omar and Satnam Singh are very lumbering. They don't footwork.
Right, but so what is technically a wrestling guy? Because Satnam's an former NBA player. Veer's a big guy, and he was the basis for $1 Million Dream, which was crazy, a baseball movie. So I don't really know what you mean by a wrestling guy because I don't think I've seen one. Maybe Daniel Bryan passes as a wrestling guy.
Do you think that's the sequel of the movie? Like they do another movie and he's like, fuck baseball. I've been in America for a few years and they like this wrestling thing.
$1 million hush money payment.
Oh shit, that's not funny.
Not wrong.
That's funny. But that's the part 2 is he becomes a wrestler and then we lose him. We can't find him. The whole climax of the movie is we finally find him and then send him home and not let him.
I don't want to be talking about climaxes and with Veer coming all the time. So.
Hey now, pause. Hey guys, I used to live in Greenwich when I was a kid. Same place as the McMahons. That sounds familiar. I used to go to the eye doctor across the street from a WWF headquarters in Stamford. That's awesome, actually, Larry. But I thought you were in the UK.
Yeah, you mean Greenwich, not Greenwich.
Well, I knew what he meant.
Right, but no, it's one of those of how you're going to say you're from there and you can't pronounce your hometown.
Right. I don't know. I mean, that's cool though.
It's true, cool, but check your sources.
I'm trying to get clarification. I thought he would.
Right.
Oh, I mean,
South. You're saying you're in South Florida? What? You know that Stanford's in Connecticut, right? That's not Florida.
Well, no, he's there now.
I'm not doing a geography lesson with the man.
I'm looking forward to Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade at Heat Wave. Heat Wave's going to be decent. We got a decent amount of little scraps, working up here. We got Tony and Santos. We got Starks and Mandy. We got Roxanne and Cora. What else?
Yeah, I'm wondering now, how are they going to fit that well into 2 hours?
They'll do it. They'll do it. There'll be a couple squashes in there. Of some kind.
Maybe we just don't get as many commercial breaks. We get that same flow that we've had with Raw and SmackDown of it. There's no up, there's no down, there's no low. It just goes.
Mm-hmm. And right before we sign off here tonight, I do want to point out the fact that this is proof that not everything Triple H, like everyone's expecting just home run. Like it's not necessarily going to be like that. It is a work in progress. This wasn't, the best of shows since the return, but they said like Shawn Michaels has a big hand in what's happening here. that rounds match has to be reconsidered completely. That to me really took the fucking momentum out of the show. I felt like it started well. We hit that, and then we never really got it back. We got the Apollo match in there, but then by that point, we had lost interest.
Right. By that point, the ship has sailed. This was very much a foul ball when it comes to Hunter being at bat, when it comes to
trading. I mean, yeah. Not a bad show, not a great show, but they're not all going to be stellar, and we're gearing up for Heat Wave. I don't know if we might actually get a normal Dynamite next week. I don't know. They haven't announced any name yet for the following week. Earlier I was talking about another wrestler, Chat, based in the UK. Oh, okay. Cool. Now we all understand each other. But all right, last one I'm clicking on. I was born in France, lived in Greenwich, Connecticut. Jeez, we should be friends. For the last 38 years in South Florida. There you go.
Damn.
Right?
How old is you, Bowman?
I get around.
I've been everywhere, man.
I saw that song live not that long ago. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the show, the stream, the watch along, the watch party, whatever you call it.
Wrestling therapy.
The wrestling therapy on this particular evening. You know, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. As always, I am every night, KJ White. That's my buddy, Big Nick. It's always been fun. We're back tomorrow with AEW Dynamite, Quake at the Lake. Anything big jump out that you can't wait to see?
Like I said, I think I said it earlier, just the casket match. I'm over already Moxley versus Jericho 2. I'm excited to see Brody and Darby in a casket match. Someone's getting power bombed or something. Someone's taking a big ass drop through a casket.
Turn 50 in December. Nice age, Larry. We're catching up. He's like, speak for yourself. I'm not even close.
Whoa.
With that being said, folks, thank you so much for being here. Come back tomorrow. Come back Thursday for the podcast. Friday, triple header Friday. If you're an Impact fan, Pink Ranger, we're doing Emergence at the same time as we're doing everything else on Friday, because that's what we do around here. Saturday, double header. It's going to be a hardcore Saturday. Me, Nick, CJ, we're going to go ham. We're going to dig in. It's going to be a fun night. Who knows? But we're going to do whatever it takes to put a smile on our face. Hopefully put a smile on yours. And there you go. I'm not clicking on anything else. We're getting out of here. I want to thank everybody for being a part of this journey, being part of everything. Like I said, things get dark. Things get bad. Bad days suck. I know you're going to say you made you think of the bad guy thing, but
I was about to.
I saw your tongue. But yeah, no, folks, you're never alone. If you ever feel down and out, reach out to somebody, anybody. Shit, come here and talk to us. I don't give a fuck. You're never alone. Don't hold that shit in. Keep your chins up. Be nice to each other. And thank you. Nick, last words?
I'm going to just end it with be a friend, tell a friend. And I know that I've said that before when it comes to sharing the channel and everything like that. But just in everyday life, be a friend, tell a friend.
Nice.
Connect with the people. Talk to the people. Be a human being, damn it.
That's it. The world needs more love. Until next time, folks, until Quake at the Lake, we'll see you on the flip side. Thank you.